being able to speak to Malmazzaro again. I learned how to speak.
Did you introduce yourself to him?
Yes, because that was like the only way he'd return.
So he leeches up out of your shadow again.
Mm-hmm.
He left in between the intermissions. So from your perspective, he was like, "And we'll continue next time," and then he disappeared. And then like 3 seconds later, he popped back up, and you're like, "What?"
Next time. What do you mean by next time? Is next time now? That's crazy.
Next
Little
time on Dragon Ball Z.
Frogdothorax.
Drognothorax. Yeah. That's
Fine
me.
name for a fine dragon. He reaches down to pat your head. Speaking of which, do you have another token of your preference yet, or are we still using the...
We'll just stick with that one. I couldn't find any that weren't like in line with what I wanted for a baby.
Okay.
So that one's fine.
Give me just a moment so I can get you situated with your new token. Okay. Yes, it's big. We'll fix that later. Cool.
Big mode.
All right. So, what do you know about being a dragon kid?
Not a whole lot, except for what I know from Randy's memories of random dragon bits from fiction.
Okay.
So nothing, truly.
So, follow me. He's going to shift down into a like slightly bigger version of your form. It's like a couple inches taller and start trotting off into the woods.
I follow.
You see him begin tracing out patterns of movement that you had been working on already, but were kind of fighting against the instincts that your form gives you with your former memories of how motion should work. You find that he uses the minor shape-shifting allowed in his muscles, in his joints, that can effectively let him transition between bipedal or not at will, even while walking. It can allow him to be silent if he so chooses. It can allow him to get a better grip on something to dash forward. He shows you pouncing techniques that take advantage of the fact that your elbows and shoulder joints can be sufficient such that you could either conveniently clap your hands together in front of you or have a firm, relatively more standard bipedal formation where you just have your arms straight down on either side of you and pushing them together doesn't really work. The pros and cons of each of them. He doesn't actually explain any of this in any kind of scientific detail. You just find yourself following him around chasing bugs for a couple hours. Whenever you try to ask him questions, he turns back at you and squawks.
He squawks. I squawk back.
You eventually discover that there is some meaning to these squawks, mostly because after he passes a river in the woods, He uses a very specific sounding squawk. And then when you pass another river, your high intelligence allows you to deduce it as exactly the same one, same in tone, same in sound. I will allow you to make your own conclusions about what that means.
What do you mean? My own conclusions about like what that specific squawk is supposed to mean?
No, about what he's trying to do.
Oh. So I have a quick question, John. You said about high intelligence, right?
Yep.
I have a 30 intelligence.
Yep.
Which I guess makes me a very smart baby.
Yep. You also have
But-
a high intelligence modifier because of your
Oh,
overlay
that's true.
set.
Focus. Yeah. So I guess I am as smart as some of the smartest people on Earth.
What's your actual int mod currently?
My int mod is. Let me drop this down to 11.
Which means that you are almost. You could consider yourself roughly at like geek scientist level, like the kind of
Mhm.
person who's at the forefront of cancer research.
Very smart baby. Okay. Um. So
Robin.
is he trying to? He's either trying to teach me. He's not trying to teach me Draconic because that's just not what a squawk would be. I would assume. And he said he did it once before. Whenever I went to ask him a question, and he did it once again the same way.
He
Whenever-
is doing it entirely at random as you come across things. Sometimes he'll jump on a bug, look back at you, and then squawk. Sometimes you guys will just be walking down the woods and he'll look at something and squawk in a different way.
Is he trying to teach me how to speak through squawks?
Maybe.
I'm just confused now. Because if it's at random, but it's the same sound, it's a different sound. It just sounds like he's trying to get me to understand contextual squawking.
Could be.
Context-based squawking is as far as that goes for me right now, John.
At how long are you just going to follow him through the woods like this with him not answering any questions in English?
Until I start to surmise a meaning to it, I suppose. He's my ancestral spirit. I'm and I don't know how to be a dragon, John.
So you find yourself following him around for hours and hours. It starts to get dark. And you see his eyes flick a little bit. And it causes an instinctive reaction in you. And your eyes flick in just the same way. And when they open, it feels almost like your eyelid was left closed, but you can still see. And most of the shadows that were in the area that had been deepening as the sun started to lower in the sky until it was nearly dark are suddenly made clear to you. You can still tell that they are low light areas, and they have a sharp lack of color compared to what you can see in the highlight areas, but the actual definition of things is sharply revealed to you, even in areas where you can't really see any color anymore.
A form of dark vision, night vision.
Yep. He continues running around. Whenever he catches something, he frequently eats it, even if it's like a bug or a rabbit, without really worrying about cooking it or anything like that, fully raw. And he frequently looks at you to effectively use the lessons he's teaching you about how to move around and jump on things and hunt to do the same thing. whenever you take down something, whether it be a particularly large beetle or a small rabbit, do you eat it, or do you just effectively snap its neck and then walk away?
Snapping its neck for the sake feels kind of wasteful and just sadistic.
Not gross, though. This is uncooked food. There's no telling what potential parasites these things have. The bugs, and he's swallowing them whole. He's not like cleaning out their innards, so you know that they'd have all the goopy intestines and all that in them.
But I guess it's one of those things, John. How much does, like, for one, I'm very hungry because I'm a growing infant dragon.
Yep.
Like, I'm starving all the time. That's how babies are in general. I'm also a dragon, so I'm even more so. Also, like, how much instinct versus like, ew, it's kind of gross. You know what I mean? Like,
So, if it was entirely unrelated to your decision making, just in terms of pure instinct, your sensibilities as a human would get in the way for the first few hours. After which point, eventually, you would do something like say, "Okay, let me just try like a leg of this rabbit," because that's not too gross. There's nothing. It's not too bad there. Maybe it'll be like chicken. You say to yourself,
you can eat raw meat as a human. It just has risk.
yeah. You bite down into it, and it again, as I described when you were chewing your way out of your own corpse, it's not tasty. It doesn't have like a particularly like delight on your tongue. It tastes like raw meat tastes like. What it does do, that very first bite, almost it throws you into a slightly altered state of consciousness. And you find yourself taking bite after bite after bite, even of things that would have previously disgusted you, until it's completely gone. And from then on out, your sensibilities lean more towards dragon than not, because your stomach feels more full.
We hit one of those. That could be concerning, but you know, I am now a dragon. Gotta make sure I don't do that to people.
That is probably something that you should be concerned about. When it's fully night, Melamazaro is going to spend a full hour looking around and
Thank you for allowing
finding.
the entrance into our home.
You're welcome. 1 second.
It looks like he's trying
1
to
second,
find.
John.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
How's the day going?
My
You're
day.
welcome. I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry, Aaron locked herself outside the house.
Oh, that's bad.
No worries. Okay. So,
Full nighttime.
full nighttime. It looks like he spends like a full hour trying to find a place to rest. Like he's searching in the hollows of trees. He's searching in hollowed out trees that are fallen to the ground. He's searching for any caves he can find. But nothing appears to satisfy him for quite a while, even though many of them would have, to your sensibilities, seemed
Adequate.
extremely appropriate. Yeah, like you're just like, there's nothing wrong with that one. But apparently it didn't match up to whatever
Standard he's basing
expectations.
it off of.
Yeah, whatever standard he's basing it off of, because he keeps looking until eventually he finds a tree that has previously been hollowed out in terms of having a area relatively under its roots, possibly from some burrowing animal taking it in a hollow and carving it out more for itself. Melamazaro sniffs at it really closely, and you kind of follow along because that's what you've been doing all day, mimicking.
The job shadowing.
Yeah. And nothing about the smell tells you anything, unfortunately. It smells really strongly because everything smells really strongly since you become a dragon, but you have no context for parsing what your nose is telling you in any meaningful capacity.
I would also like to say throughout this day I've been following him. Because I did this originally, but it was just like the goobers got summoned.
Mhm.
I am incrementally, just every now and then, jumping up and trying to catch air with my wings.
You notice that Melamazaro doesn't stop you from doing so, but it is not something that he does. He primarily uses his wings for extra grip whenever he's climbing, as a kind of a guide through the air whenever he's making leaps to effectively just give him a couple more inches of airtime. But he himself does not appear to be jumping up into the air and flapping for more practice.
Well, he definitely doesn't need to learn how to fly. He knows how to if he wants to, and he probably wouldn't use his wings to fly anyway.
Just giving you context, he's not explaining anything.
Yeah, no, this is just something that my character, and like I would like to say that some of like me learning about the minor shape shifting and the joint stuff, trying to apply that to what I would assume would be essentially like a second shoulder blade.
You have no idea what your internal biology looks like, only what it feels like to you.
And what do my wings feel like? Do they feel like arms? Do they feel like legs? Do they feel like
They feel like a hand that is reaching out of your shoulder blade with really, really long, delicate fingers.
so I'm able to like clasp them like I was closing my hand and retract them close to my body.
Yep.
And extend them further than they normally sit.
Yep.
Can I shapeshift them as well to make them broader?
You try, and from what you can tell, the shape can change a little bit, but it's less noticeable than the shape of your hands because it's not in front of you. You can't actually fully see what's going on, and the actual feedback of the shape shifting isn't particularly useful.
Can I
In terms
shapeshift my neck to be able to turn around 180 degrees to look at it?
You try to do so, and you find that you are capable of twisting more than would be comfortable for your natural shape with a little bit of focus. You get 180 degrees with ease, and you start looking, and you can see that you can slightly shift the shape of your wings. You can make them longer and thinner. You can make them short and stubby. You can almost turn them into a actual second set of limbs that you can stab those little spikes into the ground with, and effectively be a six-legged creature to walk, kind of. This appears to be the mode that Melamazaro is most comfortable using for today. And like I said, he was using them as a climb assist, and then most of the time it's most useful for them to be like that for him.
How can I mimic him? Because this would have been throughout the day.
Yeah.
And I know I just got off a side tangent. We're at the burrow.
Yes, you're at the burrow. Melamazaro is going to, after sniffing at it for a while, he's going to start pacing out in concentric circles around the tree. This goes out way farther than you would ever expect it to. You're like, oh, we're going to check the perimeter. And then the perimeter of the perimeter. And then the perimeter of the perimeter of the perimeter. You guys are like 1,000 meters out before he, which is a full tile. So you're nearly a full tile of scanning around this one tree, which is another long trek. That takes another at least 2 or 3 hours more before you finally come back to the hole and you settle into it. He digs it out a little more, allowing taking turns with you to get you some practice in, and you find that just like the shape of your bones, wings, and neck, you can kind of change your claws so that rather than the stabby, killy implements, they're more spade-like. He shows you this method that you can use to kind of interlock them and turn your whole hand into a mole-like shovel.
The scoop.
Yep. Between the two of you, you excavate more than enough space, and you enter in under the hollow. He curls up with you in a relatively intimate, almost sibling-like gesture, and then promptly falls asleep.
It's a long day. The boy needs to sleep. All right.
Do you as well?
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of. This is dad right now. Big brother. Whatever. Grandpa. I don't know.
You find yourself with a startling control over your own consciousness. The second you decide, yeah, it's bedtime, you're out like a light.
Interesting.
And you do not dream. The next moment you are aware, Melamazaro has shifted, and you are instantly awake.
Hair trigger.
Your body is a bit sluggish, but your mind is not.
There's none of that groggy wake up mental fog.
No.
Okay.
Melamazaro leads you through some stretches after you both clamber out from underneath the hollow. It appears you guys were unmolested in the night, and then he leads you off. He is going to be doing this for a full week.
Okay.
I'm assuming you follow him the whole time?
Yeah, I have no reason not to. That puts me exactly, by the way, at month 5, day 1.
Awesome.
I have a question for him though. Before, as we're doing this, this is just some questions I have as Randy. I'm assuming he doesn't, but I would still ask if he gets any discomfort in being in the physical form, since I know he's kind of done away with it.
You ask him a couple of these questions, and he responds in the weird squawking sound.
I do my best to decipher it over the course of. I don't think I'm going to learn much from a couple words here and there, but I guess it depends on how much of an impact, if it's tonal or not. I don't know. Is it one word being said 8 different ways with 8 different meanings?
So by the end of the week, and I really mean by the end of the week, because it was all pretty much gibberish before then. You finally manage to get a bare minimum understanding, enough to be like the 100 most common words in this language, even with all the mana that you were effectively investing in this. He is teaching you Draconic. As far as you can tell, the fact that he is making a squawking sound is because that is considered formally appropriate for a dragon hatchling to be making. Yep. As you grow up, they become growls, roars. He practices showing you a few once you figure out how to ask him questions in the language. And it's effectively like, why we squawk? And then he draws out some symbols on the ground in escalating size, and then points to each one, and he's like, squawk, growl, roar, and so on and so forth.
Cute little baby roar.
In terms of the actual mechanics of the language, it is something that takes advantage of how sharp your ears are. It is mostly tonal. There isn't a lot of change in the actual phonetics. A lot of it comes down to a extremely complex, almost like he charts out a point by point dot 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 dot, and there's at least 1,000 different possible tones that he works through, and you're like, there's no fucking way. There's not. How are we gonna hear that? And then he goes up the list, and it is relatively clear to you the very slight differences between each one as he goes through. You still
So
don't
this
know
is
how
what humans aren't good at it.
You still don't know how 1,000 different sounds are actually complex enough to imbue the meaning required to become a full language without very much variation. The only hint you have is that some of it is context based. Some of it is based off of expression. Some of it's based off of surroundings. Some of it's based off of pointing or location.
It's like intricate but primitive at the same time.
Yes. This was something generated, as far as you can tell, before writing was a thing, before human language was a thing in its modern incarnation, but by creatures who are far smarter than they have any right to be, just not particularly imaginative.
I guess if I can, I'd like to ask him if, and this is just straight from Skyrim, right?
Hmm.
I'll even bring up if I can, from a game, right? Do some draconic words have influence on the surroundings, like reality? Like there are words not to say or to say.
He kind of ponders this for a little while, and then he does the little wavy hand.
Kind of.
I was
Well,
half
that's
expecting him to
so-
pull out like, oh yeah, here's a dragon swear that that is just like people really hate.
He hits me with unrelenting shout, and I fly away.
He looks at you firmly and says, the first thing you've heard him say that wasn't a draconic squawk, Draug Netherix.
Yes. Squawk? Are we still squawking or are we not squawking?
He repeats your battered, not battered, kind of fractured language back at you, effectively saying back words that have power.
Kind of like how I summoned you, essentially, by saying your name 3 times.
You get a thumbs up.
Does that mean people can summon me if they know my name?
You get another eh. This one with no further clarification.
So it's kind of like somebody paging you.
I can't wait to put a homunculus in a rube and make it say your name 8,000 times.
I'll eat it.
That's why there's 2.
No!
By the end of the week, not only are you at a really basic fluency in Draconic, you are very comfortable in your own skin by this point. You think that if you were dropped into the woods, effectively anywhere, you would be able to survive relatively easily as long as it was actually the woods and not just nowhere.
The biome of a level 20 creature.
Yeah. You do a little bit of exploration in other biomes, as sometimes Melamazaro will teleport you guys while you're asleep, so you wake up in different places over the week. But for the most part, he focuses on the forest and what you can do there. At the end, you aren't going to get any new progress bars or sliders or anything like that, but consider this your boot camp on what it is to be a dragon and how it is to be a dragon at the wild animal level before you get to the ability to think and speak level.
The instinctual level of dragonhood.
Yep. Then Melamazaro is going to pop back into his normal standard form and says, "All right, isn't that fun?
Squawk.
Good job. Keep doing that. Practice your Draconic. Yes, I know, it's limited, it's weird, but it's important from a cultural standpoint. Or it was.
Squawk.
Fucking. He starts counting on his fingers. 10 billion years ago?
I tilt my head and I hit him with like squawk, 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 and then I'm like, "But you're the only person I can talk to with it."
Yes. Good. Good.
This motherfucker
Actually-
really just said, "Learn ancient Mesopotamian, bitch."
But for him, that's what he grew up learning. He just has no idea if modern dragons speak this dialect at all.
It's so funny. I can't wait for you to interact with another dragon, and it's like you sound Shakespearean.
I also hit it. Yeah, I sound like an old English.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Dost thou have any juice?
Yeah, a child walks up to you. Good morrow, Reginald. And they're like, "What the fuck is this little shit?"
My name is Sir Reginald.
I do hit him with the patent pending. Are you dad? Because I'm trying to figure out the tree here now.
Let's just make that distinction now then. I would not consider you my son per se, simply because I don't actually have the biological matter necessary to father a child currently.
Adoptive child.
You were created through
Am I an abomination? Squawk, squawk.
You're kind of an abomination created through practices best left unsaid. You have a piece of my DNA that I crafted from one of the few remaining pieces I have of my original body. But that makes you more of a clone-ish than a son in many ways. And
Yeah.
not even a particularly accurate clone, because draconic DNA is very flexible and fluid and magical. And who I was at the end of my life before I shed my organic scales was not who I was at birth in any way, shape, or form. For instance, as he points at you, my scales weren't black when I was born.
Squawk.
So, while you are not my son per se, and you're not exactly a clone of me per se, you are. We would consider you an independent primogenitor at this point, in terms of the hierarchy of society. Simply because you have effectively generated a new bloodline to start.
I have no real lineage to speak of.
Yes. Magically speaking, like if somebody came and said, "Who is your father?" they would receive a null value.
They'd be really fucking confused.
It happens sometimes if somebody has been crafted through an independent enough experience to not actually have a bloodline stretching back anywhere, such as you.
Ergo, me.
But it happens enough that at least in my time there were laws for it, so I'm sure there's laws for it today. You would be considered the, again, primogenitor of your bloodline, and anything that is inherited from you going forward.
Okay.
Quick question.
Yep.
Would a construct also have a null value, like a golem?
Yes, because they have no. So, in terms of like passing things down, whether it be magic or hereditary traits or anything like that, it requires relatively legitimate procreation. And if you are not relatively legitimate procreation, or B, don't actually share any blood with your creator at all, he cannot be magically considered your dad, your parent, your mother, anything like that. He would be your creator, which is a different thing that has its own rules, but is not a inherently it's not a position that implies inheritability. Like if your creator dies, you don't get his shit. Whereas your free father dies, you do get some of his shit.
Dude, magic life insurance must be a really big pain in the ass.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna hit him with the. Randy had some relatively romantic and concerning thoughts about you. I didn't know how to feel about that, given our circumstance.
I'm aware. Some of that was
Oh,
me
God.
putting it there just to fuck with him.
He didn't seem to mind.
No, he didn't. Realistically, I am again not a biological creature by any way, shape, or means, and so any relationships I form are entirely at the mental level, since that's effectively all I am. I don't have any drives or hormones or chemicals running through me anymore. It's just intellectual. What do you call it? Companionship.
Sorry.
But it is funny to pretend otherwise, and I like funny things.
That's fair.
Now, since we're talking frankly, for the first time in a little while, he seems a lot more chill after just being a dragon hatchling for a week with you.
Being of the same species.
Yeah. Since we're talking frankly, let's have a little discussion about your development. Dragons, as you have probably already noticed, are extremely flexible creatures. That applies to all aspects of themselves, not just biology. Your mind is flexible, your spirit is flexible, your path is going to be flexible. You are easily influenced by things. If you were to go sit on top of a volcano for a year, I guarantee you the lines in between your scales would turn red, and whenever you developed a breath attack, you'd breathe lava. Just from you sitting next to that volcano, even though you wouldn't have any like conceptual care for it or anything like that. You've just been next to it too long.
Okay.
This means that we have a lot of leeway in how we approach your overall development. Personally, I think it is healthiest to prevent you from going up through stages of growth too quickly, because if you get to a particular point in power and development before you have reached the appropriate level of personal maturity as a dragon, not as a mind. I know you are like considered an adult within your species before the transfer over, and as what I've tried to enforce in this week here is there are things that you are still immature about with your new species. I could arrange for you to cheat code your way into the draconic version of adulthood. It would be a massive jump in power and capability and everything like that, but I do not think it would be best for your development. I'm not going to make that decision for you, though, because I can't. I'm just a recommending spirit here.
I mean, that seems like it would be the smartest option. I can't imagine cheat coding would be particularly good for my general, like, okay, I'm an adult dragon now, and then I go eat someone on accident because I'm not used to dealing with draconic impulse.
That would certainly be the least of some of your struggles, but you would still be stronger, and this universe, this new one we're in, is one that rewards strength very quickly.
I guess I also don't know what my actual developmental path is going to look like. I don't know the time frame. I also have a meter essentially of mana I've sacrificed. I don't know if doing that at this stage of my life is good for me either.
So, the development of Ivory is something that you will potentially want to put on hold, because if you start it now, there's a strong possibility that your draconic instincts will lock onto it as the things you want to hoard.
Mm.
That
'Cause
is
they're
not
valuable?
necessary. Yes, they would be the most valuable thing you would have ever seen, and choosing something to hoard is partially a choice and partially instinct. And if you imprint onto that as the thing that you're choosing to hoard, it could prove complicated later on when you have your full natural set. You've got your you've got your 40. You would then have to effectively extend the art past anything I ever chose to do with it in order to continue growing. Or it might have other weird effects upon your development.
Interesting. It would probably be a very powerful hoard to have.
Certainly. But that's not necessarily the only what do you call it? The only concern with a horde.
Yeah, I don't even know how to hoard things. I don't even know how to set a like how do I gain jurisdiction over something? I just hold
So
it and I'm like, that's mine now, or is there like rules to like it has to be in this boundary? How do you set a boundary?
you must claim it in in an unambiguous way. And once it has been claimed, it doesn't matter where you keep it, only such that if it falls out of your possession in any way, whether you lose it or somebody yanks it from you, you eat it anyway, your hoard is considered having a loss. So it's easy to get, easy to lose. That's why the protections on your hoard have to be so strong.
Is that why yours are so strong? Because it's pretty hard to reach.
He gives you a big toothy smile.
Is there any way I could learn how to do something similar? And now I have another question about my shadow. Would I even be able to hoard things in my shadow since you live in it?
You would have to trust me not to take your things.
I guess. I mean, but you like doing funny things.
I do.
And I feel like you'd find that very funny.
I would.
It would be very funny to me, man.
No, it would not. You'd be pissed as hell.
but also, I know there's nothing I can do about it. It's like if the cops came in and are like, okay, I'm tying you to the bed and I'm taking all your belongings, like, we have a warrant. It's like, that's not right, but they're also the court.
This is part of the reason why wormlings, such as yourself, even if they are born in a clutch, tend to seek out independence as quickly as possible, because dragons are known to be capricious. And when a group of dragon children are together, constant stealing from each other's hordes, leading to truly brutal, bloody brawls between them, is effectively constant.
So, what is. But you live inside of essentially me.
That's true.
No matter what level of independence I think you're here.
That is going to be incredibly annoying for you on a species level, especially as you grow into adulthood. Dragons are solitary creatures by default.
Solitary in means of from other dragons or from all creatures?
Mostly from other dragons. There have been many dragons known to form symbiotic relationships with other sentient species in some way, shape, or form, or even non-sentient species. They don't necessarily mind as long as they are dealing with what they can instinctually understand as inferiors, especially ones who know their place and won't be stealing their shinies.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't have that option, though. I am instinctually. I know I'm inferior to you, even if I was a full-grown dragon.
Indeed, that will be something that you will have to resolve at some point, or find a way to hoard something that I can't take from you.
I guess wouldn't that just be a matter of something you wouldn't want to take?
No, there are definitely things I can't, but it would be an experience for you trying to find that out.
It would be, because what you hoard is still relatively esoteric to me.
By design. Which
I
you
mean,
might understand why now.
No, it makes sense, but also it makes things difficult for me. I'm seeing a difficult, tumultuous path in my future.
You could simply go about it normally, but it would cause us to fight. And I would laugh at you, and it would piss you off. Every time.
I say it wouldn't even be a fight. You just said no. I'd be, oh, okay, fuck me. I guess I hate you. I hate you, Dad. And then I'd stomp away with my little feeties, and then you do it again, and then I'd just hit you with "I hate you" again. But I was like, it doesn't matter.
It would cause a lot of interpersonal friction for a while.
I want to avoid that. It's not what I want.
Then that is something you need to take into account.
I know I can't just ask you what you hoard.
What I hoard
I
is
could
less
ask you, but
meaningful.
also, follow-up question from some of my memories as Randy. So I know I'm not technically Randy anymore by any stretch of the imagination.
Mhm.
Those draconic tokens, ones that he got from selling your spit.
Yeah.
Does that mean? So that's a currency between dragons typically, right? A dragon to dragon communication.
No. It is a currency between mythos grade species. So dragons are not the only ones who sit in that echelon. Archdemons are there as well. Angels of various sorts live there as well. Some varieties of divine birds or beasts live there. Many of the Kraken-esque monsters of certain levels of power live there, especially ones that have taken over large sections of specific oceans. And probably more besides that. Those are just the easy ones off the top of my head.
Okay, it was just a question about the currency at that point. I was just wondering how that, and amongst who that functioned, or if that was like for humans to interact with that grade of creature.
Most of the time it is. A token like that means that you have arranged for the favor of a mythos grade species in some way. It's let's put it like this, and this is gonna sound insulting because it is.
Okay.
Let's say that you had a dog park, a dog park with a collective game on it, and anybody who threw out a ball anywhere, if a dog went out and grabbed it and picked it up, and they brought the ball back to any of the people, it was expected that you take the ball, you pet the dog, and you give him a treat, and then you could throw the ball again.
So that's what the tokens kind of represent.
Yes. It is a collective understanding between the mythos grade species of giving the mortal races a treat if they have acquired one of these tokens in any way.
So what's the value of the token then for them?
Nothing.
Oh, it's just fun and games essentially to spice things up. Okay. So are they not really particularly useful between the species then?
Not really. As useful as a ball would be.
I got 3 tennis balls. I want your golf balls.
Yeah.
I got you. I guess another question.
You can throw them effectively. Dangle them in front of mortal species and use them to get you what you want.
I guess does that mean you can create them?
Uh, do you have the ability to spawn a tennis ball fully formed in your hand?
Well, I just didn't know if there was like a process with which you went about making one.
There is, but only specific people who are in charge of making them and distributing them know.
A true fiat currency. Another follow-up question about my general anatomy at this point.
Mhm.
How tough are my scales?
You can consider yourself having a armor value equal to your he says hold that thought. And then he explains to you in realism terms what I'm going to be explaining to you as a DM.
Mhm.
As a DM, you, Braden the player, can assume that you have an armor value equal to roughly your toughness score times your developmental stage.
So toughness score after after overlay as well.
Your overlay doesn't apply because
Okay.
it's the score.
Okay, so if I had 20 times my developmental stage right now at toughness.
Yep.
Okay.
And your developmental stage would currently be 1. So your scales are armor 20, which is
Pretty damn thick.
ludicrous. Yeah, it's ludicrously stronger than somebody who just like picked up a set of heavy plate armor, which is armor like 9.
Yeah.
But in the context of the system universe, it's not a particularly big advantage.
I mean, it's a decent one to have. You know, it means that like 60 toughness with developmental stage 3, it's like 180 armor just for existing.
Yep.
So am I at developmental stage 1 or technically 0 at this point, John?
1.
So I am after this. So I'm bait. Okay. And I'm a medium creature that can fly. Cannot fly because I have large.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. The reason I was primarily asking is like for crafting materials, if that would be particularly good. DM wise, I'm asking you as a DM, so I was bringing it up.
As of right now, it would be okay. Dragon scales are pretty nice, but you don't have very many of them to
And
spare.
I'm as I get bigger and older, they would be more valuable.
Yep.
How much more time do I have, John?
10 minutes ish.
Well, he was kind of asking me the developmental cheat code question, and I asked other offshoot questions. I don't. For one, I want to know how that would even function. Would you just be like, you're an adult in the horde?
No, the cheat code is the horde. We would just arrange for you to find something that you could collect enough of to be meaningful, and it would jumpstart your growth. You can think of the horde as kind of like, oh, what's the right word? You can think of it as a metaphysical jumpstart to the brain shooting developmental chemicals through you. Once you've reached a horde of a certain size, you will fall into a ravenous hunger, eat like 1,000 times your body weight, go to sleep for a bit, and then when you wake up, you will have reached the next stage of development.
That
And
seems
you could just do
exceedingly
that
dangerous to do.
a little bit, but it is occasionally efficient for time, because otherwise, the actual natural lifespan of a dragon to fully reach adulthood is somewhere in the realm of 1,000 years.
Like I was just saying, more so like, do you have any like? Do you know when that ravenous hunger is going to happen?
Only that it happens at certain breakpoints of your horde, which whatever that might be.
It seems like I should do that almost to just avoid doing that at a time when it's ill-advised.
Possible. There's a lot
'Cause-
of different considerations that go in for this.
I also don't know what makes a good horde. I don't know the criterion. I don't know the rubric.
Uh,
I don't know
There
the
are-
implications that the horde will have on me.
there are like scientific approaches. Like for instance, let's say that you wanted to be the gun dragon. Maybe you hoarded bullets. And you could arrange it such that because you hoarded so many bullets, you could use the least valuable ones to fend off invaders. Um, and you could be like, you could effectively munchkin the process as much as possible. I had a bunch of peers who did that. I would be considered potentially someone who did that based off of what I hoard. Um, However, in my opinion, it is not necessarily a great idea to pick something to hoard that is the most practically valuable to you, simply because your ambition to truly collect more of it will be slightly at odds with your instincts, and it can cause friction over time in yourself. I'd say pick whatever you feel like is most valuable in the whole damn world. Then you will
But-
naturally grow from there
But see,
by collecting
that's
it.
that's an issue because I have a lot of things that have numeric values, and I know one of the most valuable things to ever exist. And it's extremely taboo, I would say, to collect them.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to do that because that seems bad. Seems like a bad. That seems like straight to evil jail.
There's a lot of dragons who collect things that send them straight to evil jail.
I don't want to be one of those dragons.
I won't be a bad guy.
I don't want to be collecting souls, Momozaro.
If you Whatever you do collect is going to impact your development in many ways. It'll change how you interact with your dominion over your horde. It'll change how your conceptual powers, what they may be, will manifest. It'll change how your species is presented. Your scales might change color. Your eyes might do different things. You might want to eat different things. All of it, as I said, you're a very
Flexible entity.
flexible entity, very influenceable by your environs.
So, is that a bad idea to hoard shadows?
It is an idea. It has pros and cons, like anything else. A pro being, it's pretty hard for somebody to take them back from you. A con being, the prerequisite to hoarding shadows is having the ability to steal and store them, which dark magic is the gateway to, and that's already something you intend to specialize in. But it's also a skill that you would have to invest a bunch of time into to develop either one of those to a meaningful degree. Also, anything that you store shadow-wise, considering I live in your shadow, there may be questionable effects upon your horde, which will cause you to lash out instinctually since your horde is being impacted.
Mhm.
That's not to say, again, that it's a bad idea, but there's pros and cons.
Yeah, it can't pick anything conceptual because I'd have to find a way to hoard conceptual things. A, B. I'm a dragon with a dragon in my shadow, which gives me some issues. And I know you'll fuck with me because it's funny.
True.
So I'm really at an impasse here, but I also don't want to go into some ravenous hunger at increment points on either an adventure with my allies or in town where I live typically.
Mm-hmm. I would highly
what-
suggest having a storage unit of food available for when the hunger hits, just in case, since you don't know when that breakpoint is going to necessarily be.
Well, this is one of the reasons I was thinking about maybe taking that developmental boost and solidifying a horde so I could get that out of the way while I'm nowhere near anyone. At least for the starting point, you know what I mean?
We'd have to
It
make
also
a
means-
horde, and then we'd have to collect a shitload of it for you.
Okay, we're gonna do a IRL timeout or an in-game timeout. I'm gonna
Mhm.
ask the jury of peers what they think would be feasible things.
To collect, or whether or not you should boost.
To collect and boost. You can give me your opinion on both.
If it was me, I wouldn't boost because I'm greedy.
Okay. Let's say
And
you
I
were to
want more power
hypothetically
later.
boost.
Do what?
Let's say you were to hypothetically boost.
Hypothetical boost. Well, it has to be something that you can get a lot of right now, which kind of cheapens it a little bit, in my opinion.
For sure.
Which kind of gives you a multiplicative cheapness of your power later on because you're not developing your way there and you have to collect something cheaper so you can have it right now. I think you just lose out too much.
I think the
Fair
only
enough.
upside to it is it could potentially put you slightly stronger going into the tournament.
Fair enough. I guess the question is, if I don't take the boost, this is back to Mel Mazzaro, John.
Mm-hmm.
Would you still help me do this over a longer time frame?
I mean, I'm going to be helping you until you get rid of me, kid.
I guess the question is, this isn't like in like a mean way, but like, why are you still here? Just curiosity? Kind of stuck a little bit?
So, when I exited the history dungeon, he air quotes with two claws, I recognized very, very quickly that I am not a system-approved entity. I'm too strong. I was generated to fill a specific task by the system without going rogue, which I have done. If the system had its way as you exited the history dungeon, I would have been deleted. Because I was an unnecessary change that was unintended consequence.
The variable they didn't want to account for.
Correct. But they generated me too well. They said, hey, sure, we'll make a level 100 Shadow Dragon with dark magic powers at mastery rank. What could that possibly go wrong? It went wrong. It gave me the capability to hide from my own creator, such that I could escape into reality. I am something like... Let's picture this. One of your computers from your old life was running a simulation, and you had the ability to send virtual avatars through some virtual reality helmet in. And you did so, and one of the AI agents in your virtual world stood up and said, you know what? I don't want to be here no more. And held on to your hands whenever you logged out. And when you woke up, he was still there. That's about the impossible feasibility of what I have been doing. Me tying myself to your character sheet in this way, making myself an integral part of your path, is giving me the fundamental importance that I need to exist at all.
I see.
Once I have accrued enough of that importance to exist independently of you, which is why many of the plans I have in mind for you, including fucking with you whenever you try to hoard things, are going to be to push you towards independence, is because once our paths naturally diverge, then I can independently exist and go do shit on my own.
I see. So you're telling me tough love for the sake of moving on is part
Correct.
of it. I see. Huh. Okay.
And with that, that's
Time's up.
turn it.
All right.
Alrighty then. Connor, are you home yet?
Yes.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I say, I need to figure out what the fuck I'm doing with Jeremy, quite frankly.
It's Jeremy time. The only
Jeremy
one
okay?
who hasn't updated their token yet. Oh,
Which-
other than Bubba.
Honestly, is fitting.
My favorite part of the movie was when Jeremy said it's Jeremying time, and then
He said
Jeremy'd all
Jeremy-
over the place.
Jeremy quite literally hasn't done shit other than just help.
He's just a good guy, except for that one time he killed 2 people because it had to happen.
Okay. Good is an overstatement.
He's just a helpful guy to like 5 people.
Yeah, like I say, I'm really helpful to 5 people. The rest of anyone, honestly, not that great.
Why is he helping those 5 people?
You know, I guess we're friends.
Are we friends?
I would argue.
When's the last time you two had a conversation with each other?
I don't know. I assumed we were still having a conversation every once in a while, even if it wasn't role played.
You've been in the sky indefinitely.
Yeah, for 23
For
hours, for the equivalent about like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like I said,
I would
but
like to.
I'm still feeding these motherfuckers. Unless y'all are getting food.
I guess if Jeremy is still feeding us, then
I am. I have literally given. I have it a like thing.
theoretically, one could be led to believe that maybe we sit at the dinner table together and have conversation.
Like I say,
And merriment.
you're probably curious what you guys are doing because, quite frankly, all I've been doing is just running around, becoming the one slur.
But that would be a convenient hypothetical.
I don't know. I think it's a more logical hypothetical than I just airdrop you a sandwich and then continue to like spend months in silence, only working with myself, like a
That would be
sociopath.
That would be very on par for the way you've done most things, though. Airdropping a sandwich.
Airdropping. I haven't airdropped anything.
You have just carted us around like an actual.
I think that's the other thing. Whenever you guys move across the map, I think I take it. You think we're not talking?
I honestly assumed that they were like, "Hey Connor, I need to fast travel," and Jeremy scoops them up from the air, and scene skips, and then he drops them off and he flies away.
Fucking loading screen pops up for a split second.
Realistically, if we're going the route where Jeremy, literally, y'all are not Jeremy's friends, that'll make the character quite a bit different. Like I say, I'm fine with that.
Friends. It's just we're all busy.
Yeah,
You guys
we're
are all
but
busy.
But at some point, I'm moving y'all
Right.
across the map.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not instant.
Yeah, like I say, I
Out of character, it would be nicer, I think, if our characters were friends, but we really don't do that much stuff together that would imply that, except that we live somewhat together, and you could assume that we talk and do other stuff that
like I
we
say,
don't
'cause
actually RP.
I could,
Like you
if we're
said.
going the logic of we're not friends, I will just hit it with the logic of the only reason I'm helping y'all is because it helps me in the end.
I mean, I think it's kind of absurd to think that we're not talking. I mean, we train on the same compound. Like, obviously, on a character, we're not like, okay, then I take a water break, and on that water break, I go converse with this person.
Yeah. It's like the
Like-
joke that none of us took a shower for a year. Like,
Yeah,
We were definitely bathed in the creek.
at
yeah.
some point
Like,
we bathe.
and yes, we use up all our resources, but we don't just go home and go, all right. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure we
Okay,
eat
so-
together,
So
and
we've come to the consensus that you guys are my friends. Thank God.
Yeah.
Awkward as fuck.
also,
You
I
guys
just
are
learned
my bestest friends. Who the fuck are you? Shut the
fuck is this guy?
taxi.
that taxi. I
What?
know
I
just
sus-
one thing, and that's
I
if I ever won
suspect-
the lottery. The first thing I'd do is make a fucking hot dog bun making company and call it "We Learn to Fucking Count."
I would support that. I always said
I
they
s-
should make a printer company that's just called It Works.
I suspect that something I will need to do in the relatively near future, if people can get even halfway within remotely the same time period of each other, is to have a full 6-person session that with no anticipation of any growth, and you guys are just hanging in the mansion. But Christian's gonna make the mansion first.
I still gotta
We
get
have
$2 million, John.
You need how much?
When's the beach episode?
The beach episode.
How much do
$2
you
million.
need? Okay. When do you need it by? What day are you on?
Whatever the fuck you want a house.
I could probably get there relatively fast. First, I gotta buy a really expensive book.
That's fine. I'm probably about to time skip pretty far ahead.
That's fair enough. I don't know. Day 27.
But before all that, I gotta talk with John and Johnny, I guess. I really need to talk with Johnny to get my new suit made. But first, I need to talk with John to figure out the new system.
That's $1 million, right? Fuck yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm making $1
anyway.
million a day, so I can buy your book in one day if you need to. By the way,
Whose book?
The book I had for Dark Magic and You.
Ah,
is that still needed? Like,
It
I
still
can
would be
afford it.
really good for me.
he just can't read it until month 5.
Then I am not buying that anytime soon. Fuck you. It sounds like
Wait a second.
ass.
If you buy it and give it to me, I can read it. Whatever point you give it to me.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say,
that's not around
I'm on day 26. That's just now been a part of his inventory since day 26.
Yeah, but he can't
Yeah.
go back and retroactively read it.
Yeah, so
I'm
there's
just
no-
gonna- I'm
there's no
going to give it
rush.
to him-
Yeah,
No,
it's not, it's
I'd
not a
rather-
rush.
I could just reinvest the money and go silly. Okay,
No.
like I say, I can literally automate my turn if I'm being real in terms of money growth. I have a calculator, it's pretty easy. The main thing I care about, John, is I need to figure out what the fuck I'm doing with Jeremy. So if that's fine, that's what I want to use my turn for. Is just
Absolutely,
Jeremy.
dude.
Like I say, we're friends. I literally so far have done literally nothing to benefit greater society, other than just serving myself and the other 4 or 5 people I know. Like I said, I haven't even been particularly kind to my town in any way that doesn't specifically come back to benefit me.
So, there's a couple different ways we can do this, Connor. One way that Christian recently found helpful is that you can choose to sit down and expend X amount of mana to meditate. You know how you can do research rolls where you spend
You just
extra-
spend self-discovery roles, essentially.
yes,
Yeah,
we can
real
do
fun.
that for for as long as you have time for, or we can take a day in the shoes of Jeremy first and walk through what it looks like to be him in more fleshed out, flavorful detail than we usually would to help you try to get a handle on what he values and how he goes about life.
So let's do that second one. That sounds fun because I'm curious what a day in Jeremy's life would be because I have the spreadsheet. Spreadsheet means jack shit. By the way, Starter Town's basically done. I have like no more land left. I
So-
built all the-
You'll have to expand it out on the map.
I was going to build a second town. I just didn't give it a better name. That isn't Starter Town.
So
Kind of
Jeremy
fucking
wakes
boring.
up, head leaning back, arms folded behind his head, ankles crossed, floating in a cloud.
It was very good.
Sorry,
Uh,
Sorry. I mean spaghetti. Avery's made me. It's very nice. Sorry. You were saying?
So Jeremy wakes up, arms crossed behind his head, ankles crossed, leaning back, relaxing, chillaxing on a cloud. For him, rather than simply being a collection of rather cold and wet water molecules in the sky, it is so comfortable for you here that you can cartoonishly treat clouds like bouncy beds, and it's the most comfortable thing you've ever slept on.
Huh.
You kind of stretch out, hands above your head, and then your early morning routine is probably something along the lines of to wake yourself up, you fly at maximum speed through another cloud, and this time it's treated as
shower.
as a shower, yeah, and it's waking you up as you spin through the air.
Mhm.
You have unlimited privacy up here. It's not like anyone can see you.
Yeah, I'm like a fucking mile in the air above our place.
And so it's hard to overstate how comfortable you feel here in the sky. It's not like, oh, I'm a person who can fly forever and I'm being isolated by the fact that I live in the sky with nobody around and nothing to do up here. Your skill that gives you the ability to effectively have a favored terrain, this is where you're most comfortable. The fact that there's
Yeah.
no other people up here is a little bit harmful to your socialization as a human, but otherwise, you literally prefer it up here more than you do the ground. It's comfortable. It feels nice. You can solve all of your daily necessities up here. You're hungry. You can crack open a bird, and you have all the necessary materials available to you intuitively to cook it up on a skillet up here.
Yeah, because I am kind of a survivalist almost.
Yeah. You're a ranger with a tier
Mhm.
3 skill about being an air ranger,
Yeah.
and it has influenced you. But you get to about the end of that, and what would you do next on just the average day?
I probably start the day by flying down and collecting the previous day's taxes from Starter Town. Seems it goes the way I start it any day.
So you go down, and it is not so simple as you walk up to the teleporter and Starter Town spits out a bag of money for you.
Mhm.
So you would fly down to the city hall, and if you needed to draw from the liquid funds available to you in your city's coffers, you would go to your effectively economic secretary, the
Yeah.
guy in charge of maintaining the affairs, and you'd be like, "Hey, I'm here to collect the taxes for the day." He'd be like, "What?"
Yo, Frederick,
Uh,
I'm here. I need my taxes.
So you don't actually keep all of your money on you at the same time, because if you did, that would be shitloads of bags of rice that you would just carry around with you.
It's not practical.
It's not practical. They have a vault here where the vast majority of your personal wealth is stored. Um, and they says, well, I mean, your cut of the city funds are automatically added into your vault, which if you'd like to make a withdrawal, you can just make a notice of withdrawal here on this piece of paper for me, and then I'll hand you however much you need to go about your day.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna pretend this was the previous day for logical reasons. I'm just gonna withdraw the money to immediately build the last couple houses I needed. Yes, which I did yesterday.
So you withdraw however much money you need for that, which is probably a good chunk. Give me a
I
number.
think it was 700K or some shit, like 800K or something. It was a lot.
So it's like you're carrying a military duffel bag full of rice on your back, which is no problem for you. It's just bulky as you
Yeah.
stroll out with that on your back to the teleporter, drop it there. It gives you your choosing menu, and you pick this, that. People spawn in along with the buildings, and your town has grown once again. By this point, you have a consistent, like, integration
Schedule.
system where the new people who are spawned in are greeted by a group that you have designated to go help them out and say, this is what's happening, this is where you are, this is what you're going to be assigned to be doing. Do you have any choices about something? Maybe we'll have some opportunities for you to swap. Like maybe you don't want to farm, maybe you want to go be part of the military. And if there are any openings, they can allow that for people. The building
they just gotta do
population,
something.
yeah, needs to be 100, but they're happy to make swaps as needed. And some people in previous batches who didn't have that swap are looking forward to that because they'd been doing something they didn't want to do for however long it took before new population hit.
I was saying, hopefully, the population this large is not too hard. I would say because it is effectively 34,000.
That's a decent sized town. That's for sure. Especially sitting in 1 square kilometer with every inch of space used.
Yes, as I just filled the last bit.
Yep. So after you buy all the buildings, where would you go next?
Presumably, what I did yesterday with my mana was listen to town folk and see what needs to be done. Basically, as insurance, like meet greet, try to build loyalties so I don't have to worry about betrayals and stuff later. So I'm gonna probably go to wherever I have been going previously, if there's like a central place, and I'm just gonna sit there and just listen for
So there's
799 mana's worth.
There isn't a booth for you to be set up because it would be swamped in minutes with constant requests. The way that you would generally build up rapport with the city, at least without a PR guy arranging visits in advance for you, is you just walk around and go explore. You go visit various buildings. You go if you find somebody doing a cookout at their house, you walk by and say, "Hey, how's it going, guys? What you cooking?" If you didn't see yourself being that social, it would be an awkward thing for you, but you've gotten used to it over the course of however long you've been doing it by this point.
Yeah, I've been doing it for the equivalent of 20, 30 days. So at this point, it's probably just okay, get through the awkward beginning and you just roll into it.
Yeah. So you'll never know personally 34,000 people.
No, but I can pretend to.
Absolutely. And you've gotten relatively good at pretending, especially as you've become more than human. As your system stats improve your memory improves, your ability to get around improves, the energy you have in a day for any task, not just walking around, but social maneuvering and talking with people and going over stuff, all of that has gone up with every level.
Yeah, and I effectively don't tire.
Pretty much. So you get to talk to a lot of people. Usually it's like 5-minute conversations. This one guy, he tells you about how he is trying to become a mental mage who can help people out whenever they deal with PTSD. There's been a ridiculously strange lack of PTSD so far, which he puts on the appropriate people being chosen for the town. But he thinks that by the time it's necessary, he wants to be able to treat it.
That sounds reasonable.
You find another
Uh,
guy who's
Out of curiosity, how much do my people make per day?
on an individual basis.
Yeah.
Your people generally take home in their own pockets daily, somewhere between 200 and 300 tel.
Okay, that's not bad. It's pretty reasonable, like you say. And out of curiosity, John, rules as written, I don't get any additional profits from them gaining more stamina and stuff. Will they personally increase their stamina and make more money?
Yes, effectively, what happens is as they get better, as a reward, an incentive for them, the better they can do their job by leveling up, the more personal profit they bring home.
Yeah, basically it's a flat tax. I only tax them a flat amount per thing, not a percentage. Got it.
Yep.
You're getting
This
taxed per
this has
living.
been a top-down system required thing for what should probably be obvious reasons for a very long time.
Yeah, because I could greatly abuse this. If not, which understandable.
Yep.
And quite frankly, dealing with revolt sounds like a headache.
But you talk to a bunch of different people. How does Jeremy feel about because before you were chosen because you had no friends, no close
Mhm.
friends at least. You had no family, no parents, no siblings, no children or anything like that, and you were working in a remote job. So you were literally nobody, isolated from anyone else. And now you are the central figure, the celebrity, which an entire town of 30,000 people revolve around. They all know your name. They all know who you are. They all know they rely on you. And it's even more so than your companions. Your companions are strong. They're monster hunters. They're wall breakers. Hell, one of them is off in the woods turned into a dragon, for all you know. But you're the guy
Approximately
who's
a month from now.
You're the guy who is literally spawning houses from the air. You're like the others, they might go out drinking, but for you, they can say, "Hey, there's this social problem," and they can expect to see results from bringing it up to you.
Jeremy probably feel considering he went from 0 to 100. This probably feels very fake to him. He almost 100% believes the people who are excited to see him are not excited to see him, more so what he represents.
That's
Just
entirely reasonable.
like I say, every person who's excited to see me wants my approval on something or my money or my investments. Like I say, not to throw party members under the bus, no offense, but the first question I typically get asked is solve an issue or money. Which is Jeremy has grown content with this. He is okay with the position he is in, but he does feel like most of the relationships are incredibly fake.
That's almost certainly true. Even the people who don't talk to you about money, sometimes just in the middle of nowhere, they'll slip in something like, "Oh, I really like this bar."
Right.
And you have enough social capacity at this point to know that they're effectively advertising that to you to see that if you'll to try to convince you to go there
So
because
they
he
can
owes that guy a favor, which means that guy will get better business if you do.
100%. And Jeremy would probably like Jeremy's not a dumbass. He has 16 intelligence and some other stuff, so he would understand this, and he would every once in a while do it just enough so people don't realize that Jeremy is just
Playing
playing
along.
along. Yeah, effectively. Like I say, he doesn't wish harm on these people or anything, nor anyone particularly. From the whole mystery dungeon, he 100% understands that it is his job to every once in a while he has to help a little bit, but he is not fallen for the trick, for lack of a better thing. He's not letting himself believe this is real, and these are real relationships.
Another thing is, and something you know better than most other people, and it's been brought up a bunch of times, these are really, really good people. All of them.
Yes, these are the perfect people. I understand that.
And it's helpful because it means that there's no real scoundrels, making it just
Yes.
leave a bad taste in your mouth from how they're approaching you. Most of the time, they have good intentions, even if they are still trying to take advantage of you.
Oh yes, they're not robbing me, but they're 100%, trying to gain. Which Jeremy does not blame them for it. Quite frankly, if Jeremy was in their shoes, he'd probably do the same.
Yep, but you can definitely tell that this is a problem that is going to get worse and expand as you expand. Because for all that Ron Swanson is the public on the face, the mayor of this town, air quotes, the regional leader, everybody knows that you're the one with any real decision making power, and you are an extremely public figure. You're building a lot of trust, but
He's effectively a puppet ruler, and I chose him as such. I did not want a ruler that I realistically wanted a ruler that took no risks and didn't interfere and didn't cause issues. I believe that was the literal description I gave.
Yep.
Like I say, and that was intentional. I don't want revolts, and I don't want Sony to usurp me by any means. Swan Ronson was the safest pick.
Something that you find yourself thinking as you're walking through the day is that this is your daily thing. You do this every day as you go amongst the citizens of Starter Town, and you go hang out with people, and you arrange for things to get better. But this can't be your everyday forever, because you're
I'm
not.
gonna build a second town.
Well, no, I'm not talking about building a second town. I'm talking about the fact that you're part of an adventuring party who will be delving into the underground for potentially years or decades at a time. And while you are here, you can help, but if you don't have any systems in place for how they can effectively function entirely independently of you, and you can function independently of them. Like, what would your hobbies be if you weren't managing the town every single day?
Effectively, Jeremy would go back to what he was doing previously, with just cataloging animals. This is a brand new world with a lot of interesting stuff, and he wants to learn about the wildlife. He is a ranger after all. Granted, he might not be the best one known to man in terms of actually protecting any of the animals. Jeremy, quite frankly, has no want to protect the animals. He is the Hemingway of rangers. Oh, hey, that's really cool. Anyway, like, he wants to know the weaknesses. He wants the knowledge. He wants this and that, but he's not doing it for protection reasons. He's doing it more for the, he wants to understand how to utilize them. Which ones are good kills, which ones aren't. What do we need to level up? All that jazz.
That seems like less of a hobby and more like more work of providing valuable resources towards your party for them to utilize.
Jeremy effectively has no hobbies, I guess is the best way to put it. Jeremy has almost entirely this campaign. Jeremy has not done very much for specifically just fun's sake. Jeremy is the equivalent of a min-maxer. Like I say, character-wise, Jeremy's not min-maxed at all. He sucks ass. But Jeremy in his own head is a min-maxer. Why would I spend time doing this? I could be doing this, and this would be more valuable. He takes pride in the fact that he's gotten a lot done, but yeah, he effectively doesn't. He's not doing anything for joy's sake.
That might be something that you eventually need to work on, because the work isn't going to get easier. It's only going to get more complicated with more people. And if 100% of your day is already taken up when there's more work to be done, there may need to be some arrangements to be made.
Oh, 100%. I say it's part of the reason the town has been started to be set up to be a little self-sufficient at this point, is because Jeremy does not have time to manage it. He's effectively running around and stealing resources most of the day anyway.
Another big thing that you should consider, you are the only landowner of your species, which makes you the king of humanity.
Yes.
that means that you are going to be the public-facing diplomatic figure whenever it comes to interfacing with other species going forward, which is
Mhm.
also a potentially problematic thing for somebody who is adventuring for potentially decades at a time into the into the dungeon underneath the ground. Do you
That's
have
fair.
any ways that you could theoretically approach that? Maybe shift.
Jeremy currently only has a singular embassy, so effectively he probably visits and says hi. And probably in his morning routine is just hi, bye. Um, but at some point, Jeremy's probably going to have to like set up a either set up or get somebody else to set up a team of ambassadors to actually deal with the outside public relations. Jeremy probably hasn't thought about the fact that he's going to be an ambassador very much, because effectively he hasn't been allowed to interact with very many aliens past the ones he can get an embassy from. But for now, he's just kind of that's not a thing he's concerned about. At some point, when it's in front of him, he probably will realize that's something he has to take care of. But he has no plans for that right now.
Makes sense. I'm just bringing up the various things that you're putting on your plate,
Oh yeah,
so as to see effectively test how they interface with Jeremy's sense of self.
yes. Like I say, Jeremy. Oh, hello. Okay.
Yes.
That was weird. Sorry, I thought my computer turned off. I just didn't move my mouse for a while, so it's screensaver. No. Jeremy effectively has just realized he's actually useful here, and he's focused purely on trying to be useful to probably the detriment of, you know, smelling the flowers, enjoying life.
As you get to about the latter half of your day, you see somebody annoying pop up. This is somebody that has consistently shown up and wanted your attention to make a change that he believes is completely and totally appropriate. But so far, you've been putting him off. Mostly for the narrative opportunity of him of allowing him to be here today. It is a man in his late 50s, extremely fit, looks probably former military.
Yeah.
And he has been a proponent of the idea that you should be making less decisions without having somebody with more experience effectively be your regent. He says you should have somebody older, somebody with more experience. You are literally like 22, which isn't even old enough to be the president, and you are a dictator at the moment. A benevolent dictator, but still the only figure of completely unchecked power. And he believes that you should have at least an advisor of someone who has years more of experience, possibly in politics. So far, you've been like, "Fuck no! Why would I do that?"
Yeah.
But this is your
And this would be
opportunity to choose
100% a
otherwise.
conversation Jeremy would not want to have, but at some point he does. I think it's her I would give, but it's also like not in line with anything. So I gotta rethink it. Because I just want to tell the guy, yeah, if you want to do it, go build your own fucking town, bitch. But that's not.
It's entirely fair. Yeah.
Like I say, I was like, I do understand how expensive this town is my response, but Jeremy's response, like I say, in line with everything else, he has been very much a let's solve the issue, you know, in an effective manner. Kind of the thing. He would probably play a little bit dumb and go, well, Ron Swanson's the one in charge, actually. Like he's going to take he's going to kind of deflect the question and go, well, he's actually in charge. I'm just a mascot. As effectively as what he's going to tell that person.
This person, he is not going to be dissuaded from that. He's just going to give you like a deadpan stare and say, "Then you don't have any decision-making power."
I mean, I'm going to ask him to define what he means by decision making. Assuming this is just one dude just chilling in the street.
He walked up to. He was effectively waiting to ambush you. Later in the day, he found out your pattern, and he arranged to pull you to the side. You're effectively standing in an alleyway.
Just
he
one-on-one
chewed
with
off
him.
any passerbys.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm gonna effectively tell him I don't know what does he mean by decision making power.
You decide what buildings are laid down. You decide which things get money to be invested. You decide what is needed for the unity of the city. How many military units are trained. Where the funds that are produced for the city coffers are going in general. You don't have any control over any of that?
Honestly, the answer to most of that's probably not really. I could. I don't. This is me, Connor talking, not Jeremy. Like I said, unless I'm wrong, John, I haven't exactly taken reins on what the barracks teach or...
Out of character, all the money that drops into your pocket is the city money.
Yeah, I get that. I effectively am CEO of the city. That profit's mine. I get it. Like I say.
You're also the one who decides what buildings are built. You're also the one
that is true.
If any of
I've
those
also taken a very
buildings
laissez-faire approach.
Mm-hmm. Because he's talked to Ron Swanson, and Ron Swanson has effectively told him to fuck off because he doesn't want to do anything.
Yeah, Ron Swanson's awesome. That's why we have Ron Swanson and not this guy. Like
yeah, because this guy would be taking control because he thinks that is the right thing to do.
He's attempting to do that. Jeremy is essentially going to hit him with the alternative, which is the argument on he has built this city was not a thing about 30 days ago. Now it is a population of 34,000, and that's 34,000 people who are housed, who are fed, who can drink, who are free to do whatever they want. Jeremy has not issued any laws past like fucking don't kill. Like I say, are people working? Absolutely. But is it not right to work to eat? Jeremy is essentially going to hit him with the response of, we built a town in 30 days.
Is he saying is he what is he arguing for? Is my question.
He wants to be in charge of the town is what he's arguing. Effectively.
So the guy is going to say that Starter Town, he kind of shudders as he says it. Starter Town is...
You guys can come up with... I'm going to literally hit him up with, for the record, I wouldn't mind if y'all came with a new name. That was just me.
It's embedded in the cultural consciousness at this point, even if we tried to change it.
Jeremy's gonna...
You fucked this, okay? You fucked this.
Jeremy's gonna chuckle and go, yeah, sorry about that one. That one was kind of me. I will admit on that one.
Starter Town is primarily maintained by the fact that we are being propped up at a social level by the system. We are skipping the in-between complicated bits of many of the aspects of society by relying so heavily on the teleporter. But that does not necessarily mean that we can't be doing better with what we have. We have nobody with any real decision-making capability because you are pretty much the only, the boss. And the only other boss that you have invested is a firm stance on we change nothing and we do nothing. And
it's actually a firm anti-government stance.
Yeah, firm anti-government stance.
On purpose, I did that. I did not want a politician.
We This guy, he's saying that there are people who could be doing better for themselves, people who could be organizing more. And we are in a rare position where we are getting set up in a perfect opportunity to build a new, effectively legal framework for how our society is going to be. We don't have a name for this country yet. We don't have a name for the continents or what we will be as a political body, or if we're going to be a unified political body as a species when we reach the fucking aliens whenever they pop in. Are we a kingdom? A monarchy? A dictatorship? I assume we are a dictatorship in practicality, but what about the passing of power? If you have a kid, is he going to be the next king? Or will it be up to whoever's the next strongest or wealthiest guy? We don't have any of this information, and we need to start preparing for it. And because you've put a non-starter in charge, we don't have any way to do that.
Jeremy is going to is going to single out one statement out of the many he laid out in an attempt to kind of pull this conversation in a direction he wants it to go, and he is going to quickly and explain that he does have somebody in power, in effectively a will to take power if something were to happen to Jeremy.
Okay, who's that?
I'm not telling you.
You're not telling. Who solves that? What purpose does that serve? Are you trying to avoid assassination or me like unduly influencing your future heir? Is this a security question?
Effectively, I do not want that. I want that person to continue to grow the way they are currently growing, without being influenced by the concept of power later down the line. I do not want their future to effectively shackle them into being unable to continue learning.
So you want to deny them the capabilities of getting practice in while they have free time for their future leadership position, learning about economics and business and management and all of those other vital skills for a future leader to have? The ones that you, and forgive me for this, for being blunt, lack?
Jeremy's going to hit him up with our economy is functioning just fine.
Through no fault of yours.
Jeremy is going to literally look at him dead in the eyes and say, point at somebody, point to a homeless person. As effectively what Jeremy's argument is going to be. Point to somebody who's
Tell me
homeless.
what policies that you have implemented to make that happen.
There's housing for everyone.
And you made that choice through a series of what laws, what systems or pressures or powers, or did you put in a magic coin into a machine that just gave houses to people and spawned people in them?
Effectively. Like I say, we are in a new world with new challenges, and I think the concept of focusing on what the old world had is not the solution.
If we give up everything of who we were, then all of human history so far has been wasted. Why don't we take the lessons we learned there and see what can fit here rather than scrapping the whole bucket?
But what happened to Earth?
I have no fucking clue.
Me neither. But we did something. Something happened, and I'm worried. I do not intend to make whatever happened happen again.
Jeremy, you realize that while this guy doesn't have the information to refute you, that is an entirely fallacious statement from what you know of the History Dungeon. The system would have integrated you regardless, and it was through literally zero action of humans that it happened.
100%, but this guy can't refute that.
He can't.
The more I listen to this guy, the more I agree with him and not Connor.
Build your own city with blackjack and hookers, bitch.
I hope I
saying
never get into an argument with Jeremy because he is insufferable right now.
This is the equivalent of a random ass fucking dude running up to like the dictator of North Korea and not being shot. Like
It's
I
true.
could-
It's true.
I could literally
Yeah.
execute this man with no fucking like repercussions other than socially. And Jeremy is not going to do that despite the fact he is very annoying. He has tried to do this to me approximately a dozen times. I fucking the fact
This
that
is
I'm
not the
having this
first time
conversation.
these two have had this conversation.
Yeah, Jeremy's effectively going to listen to him, but is not going to change shit.
He continues trying a few different methods, but you either straight up lie to him about the reality of nature or just blindly say nuh-uh, and he
Basically.
eventually has to leave because you
Jeremy
can't get
also
through
has
you.
once again has no background in politics. He does not know how to answer these political questions past basically dodging questions, which is effectively what every conversation about this is going to be. Because,
which is kind of its point.
like I say, fair enough. At the same point, I'm not giving up power. Fuck you. Like,
That's fair. That is a fair and valid thing to say.
but you just can't. But you can't say that to the guy, or else that becomes a scandal. Jeremy understands if he turns to for the record, John, am I not wrong? If I turn to this guy and said, I am a dictator, I'm going to do whatever I want, that doesn't end well for me. Jeremy's aware. So if he gives non-answers and dodges questions, he can at least not deal with this.
Coming off as incompetent is better than coming off as...
A tyrant.
Yes.
Yes, that is effectively my goal. What was that?
You don't know how scalable this plan is, but up until the point which your common population actually manages to reach the power level that you guys are at, which might not happen, this should work for a while.
I missed something.
Right. Politics.
Do you still need me to kill people, Connor?
Maybe. Actually, that's the reason I asked. Effectively, we could hit Machiavelli's The Prince if we need to, but not right now. Later.
Uh-huh.
Like I say, Jeremy.
He just
for the
messaged me
record-
the other day and asked me if I'd assassinate people for him.
I didn't even kill one guy because I was for the record. The plan was, if you're curious, is I was going to put a guy in charge whose entire goal was to like make sure bad shit, like people don't overthrow me, and also to increase efficiency. And then if he ever did anything bad, you were going to be the backup option, just walking in and killing him, and then be liberating the city from his tyranny. And then we could play off some massive. What?
Aren't you a literal assassin?
Yeah,
Yes.
but like I say, I think there's a lot more of a impact if I walk in, or if I have Evan walk in on my behalf and like blow the fucker up into a blood explosion. I'm an assassin, not exactly the greatest example of force. If I do it, I'm an asshole. If he does it, it's just a brawl.
Uh-huh.
But these are inside thoughts.
These are inside thoughts. None of your companions realize who Jeremy really is, and this has been their first internal look at their newest king.
Like, Jeremy is not a politician. He never wanted to be. He views this more as a company and less as a civilization right now. Because effectively that is what it is.
Good things for your people.
It doesn't, but effectively we are doing good.
True.
Like I say, we're in terms of speed running the creation of civilization. I don't know, dude. Going from 0 to an entire town is pretty damn good in the actions of like 20 days. Because I believe I started this on like day 8.
It's part of the reason why you're not getting more collective pushback from your population. A couple of the old guard who actually know how much effort it takes to do all this stuff and doesn't see you with the capability to put in that effort, and it still just works. They're extremely suspicious and want some assurances of any kind of control or power that can't be taken away from them with as easy as a button press, just as it was given to them. But the average person, they have a job, they get 3 square meals a day, and they've got magic powers now. They don't fucking care.
Right. Effectively, my thought is as long as I keep the town happy, I have no. I'm just like a king. You know, a king ceases to be a king the second the citizens are unhappy.
Yep.
Hell, that's what happened to France. Like, as long as I am a fair and like don't cause issues and like let people do their shit without horrible stuff. Yeah, I don't see a reason why they would want to overthrow other than just blatant power grabs. And at that point, I'm pretty sure literally everyone else around them would go, "Hey, dude, ain't cool. I'm gonna report you to fucking Jeremy."
Blatant power grabs probably won't happen until you break out of the first 100,000. Because after the first 100,000, you will start to get to like a lower denominator of people.
Mm-hmm. I say, and that at that point, yeah, I'll have to figure out a solution past just, allowing people to be good. Like I say, now there might or allowing people to just be themselves. Like I say, effectively, this is the fucking BioShock. This is BioShock. Quite frankly, at this point, Starter Town is effectively it's in Capistan. If we're being real here, like I am, or actually, it's not in Capistan. I'm a dictator. It's what's the country? God damn it.
I have no idea.
Jeremy understands this is Jeremy likely understands this. He will have to figure out a way to maintain power past just do the best job. Don't really have a plan currently. Like me, the player, doesn't have a plan. Therefore, Jeremy, quite frankly, doesn't have a plan. He's probably thinking about it, but he effectively doesn't have a plan because so far all my plans to maintain power have been so horrific that I'm like, yeah, no. Jeremy might think about him, then go, nah, bro, I am not.
The moral complexities of doing this, probably not good. Like,
yeah,
when you were gonna make a fake religion.
He's also calculating the fact that they will blow up in his face. Because he does realize this needs to last not like 5 years. It needs to last like 500. Like,
you also, all of this that is done, and which you feel a headache coming on after you finally turn the guy away again.
I've ran out of mana.
A lot of your person is integrated into this town and what it means for the future of humanity. You won't be able to truly find a way to personalize, specialize, find out who you are independently as long as you're here. There's a saying in a lot of cultivator stories about the red dust of the mortal world being a detriment to cultivation. And what that means is when you have people coming up to you and doing stuff like bothering you with endless requests about the organizational capacity of the warehouses not being up to snuff because it's 20% less efficient to stack boxes this way, as just one of 1,000 different tasks that you have to deal with, you don't have time to ponder the grander truths of reality, and it slows you down to a crawl.
Yeah. Effectively, is there a is there a pecking order? Is there a chain of command of some variety, even if it's basically merit based?
So as far as the hierarchy goes, there's you, Swan Ronson, the employees that work in the
Government. Effectively.
in like the whatever it is, the like government office, yeah, like the main hall. City Hall, that's what it was. The people who work in City Hall, and then that's it.
Damn. That's probably not that good. At some point, there needs to be a pecking order just so I have to deal with less bullshit. Even if that pecking order effectively is just don't fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Exactly. Jeremy will ponder this. And probably create something that just ends up leading up to Ron Swanson so Ron Swanson can tell them no.
Yeah.
That is effectively what my plan would be on that. Because once again, sure, if it's something more efficient and they can prove it, fair. I can't argue with that. But if it's just changing shit for the sake of changing shit, or otherwise just doing stupid shit, I don't know, this guy clearly trying to become a politician. And what is effectively a feudalistic kingdom.
Correct.
Like I say, you shut the fuck up, go farm, bitch. Like I say, the factories yearn for you.
Let me ask you this then, Jeremy. Does he care about being a leader, or does he only literally care about the benefits he can get out of this?
It is almost most definitely self-serving. Like I say, now granted, it's not just the financial benefits. He understands the advantage of being able to basically run humanity. He realizes how much use that will be in the future. So that's part of the reason he wants to keep control over the town and humanity, essentially.
Well, I'm less talking about that and more, does he derive any satisfaction from being the most important human?
Oh, 100%. Yes, because effectively he went from the most useless person ever to feeding an entire group of 6 people to ruler of humanity. This 100% is Jeremy, probably for the first time in his life in this new world, has, throughout this entire thing, has felt useful. Because, online work plus never leaving the house plus no friends, he probably felt pretty darn useless. He feels useful, and he does not want to give up that usefulness, even if it means potentially setting humanity back a little bit.
Makes sense. So
Exactly.
for you, it's not about the best guy for the job. Like if you were given a literally perfect superhuman to take your place, who could
Jeremy would say no.
Yeah, because you want to be that guy.
Like I say, Jeremy, in all honesty, as of the last 4 sessions, I have literally based him off of House from New Vegas.
Interesting. Okay.
He effectively a weirder House from New Vegas, because House was actually competent and not Jeremy, but he wants to effectively rule everything and make humanity, because he wants to be the guy who's useful. He wants to literally be the most useful person throughout history is his goal.
It's a really weird modifier. The most useful person throughout history.
Like you say, it's...
Would you describe Charlemagne as useful?
Maybe. But not as useful as Jeremy. Because Jeremy rebuilt society.
Alexander the Great as a useful guy?
For the Romans. Jeremy's useful for the entirety of humanity. As effectively his goal, though. Like I say, Jeremy, the more I was thinking about it while working today, Jeremy effectively fed everyone to be useful. He scouted because he wanted to be helpful. He is literally, I have 4 or 5 unspent skill points. So, sorry, 3 unspent skill points, so that any time if we needed somebody to like spec into something, I could do it. I got more stamina so I could get more stuff done in a day. I'm making money and financing everyone's stuff for basically no reason other than I want to help. I say every time he is selfish, it is so that he could help, help or feel helpful more in the future.
All right. I will leave you with that, having run through a bit of your day, taken a look at Jeremy's personal understanding of who he is, the responsibilities he's accepted, and how that ties into the more complex look at what his build should look like and how that will influence his path.
Cool.
Your turn is up.
Thank you.
All right, Evan. It's all you, homie.
Everybody else is done?
So Jared only took half, and he's going to be doing the other half at the end, assumedly, since he hasn't spoken up to say, yeah, I want to take my other half now.
Well,
I don't know if I will do my other half.
Jared doesn't like playing this game. Confirmed.
seems like it.
He hates
So
us.
true. That's why I'm on day 22.
So true, Jared.
Hold on, Firefox is trying to be a bitch. How are the boys going? Any existential crises
fun, by the way,
happening
Dave.
at the moment?
Existential crises. No big ones. Other than Jared, but Jared is constantly in an existential crisis.
Did I get nerfed when you nerfed Christian?
Yes. Your suit no longer gives weapon skill. You'll have to discuss with Johnny about what it provides instead.
That's kind of a big one. It doesn't give any at all.
None. Because I've decided I don't want items to boost those kind of to boost characteristics in that way.
Bruh. You went from giving me 120 to none.
To 0.
Does it still give me the plus 30 on parries?
Yes, it can still do that. Because that's not a scaling thing. It just gives a plus 30 to a skill because that Johnny got that from one of his sub-level skills.
Okay, so just have 90 weapon skill. Can you unnerf my scaling levels of inescapable then?
No.
So I've been double nerfed.
Listen, I've been thrown in the fucking trash, so I feel you.
Well,
Good
you
poke.
know what they say.
You know what they say.
That's good enough for now.
All right. Well, what roundabout days is everybody on?
Braden is on month 5. And everyone else is roughly sitting around,
Where I'm at,
yeah, roughly.
maybe plus or minus 5 days,
Something like that.
excluding Jared.
Monday 1.
Jared hasn't even started the campaign yet.
Jared is going to make a new character, for sure. And start at day 1 again.
Okay, first.
Yeah.
Uh, man. I'm looking at all the shit that I got. See if there's anything I need to do. I don't have the potion of replenishment, do I? Did we end up using that? No, we didn't. We didn't.
The potion of replenishment you did end up using unless you got
Oh,
another
okay.
one.
No, it's gone. I think I still haven't. Did I end up upgrading something?
With the upgrade token,
Yeah.
you upgraded
Yes.
give with one hand, take
No.
with the other.
Did I? Where is that?
Should be in our DMs.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to find it. Ah, the Army Slayer thing. Yeah. I'm just trying to get everything off of my sheet that I don't have anymore.
All good?
Herm. Let's see. On day 25, I do believe. Am I not? Oh, I was supposed to finish day 25. Yes, I'm on day 25. That's why I had 320 out of my 350 stamina. Why am I big?
I've been bigifying everybody whose turn it was to just kind of show what is who's doing what.
Okay. Make sure I got my mute stuff here so I can get the right amount. You going to get French fries? Why does this one say help?
Hmm?
That's my whenever I had to do a whole bunch of editing page.
I got you. In case you irrevocably fucked something, it's like a copy page that you could edit and then.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Yes. No, I'm good. Thank you, though. 2015 stamina times 10. Oh, hold on, let me put my day on here. I'm gonna take a couple of days. Just to take a couple of days. Actually see what I have left out of my is like my true balance martial art and stuff. Yeah, it's pinned. Okay. So I have tell you what, I'm gonna copy and paste this so that I can put the ones I've learned. I can put it in parenthesis. I have stand firm. I have riposte. I have anti-scoundrel technique.
Thanks.
No, I don't have anti-scoundrel technique. I think I have
Time for me to kill
empower.
you even with a scoundrel.
I mean, I'm gonna have all this before we go into the thing. Don't worry. Don't have shout yet. Sturdy. Do I have sturdy? I do have sturdy. Sturdy. Christian, that's what I got, by the way. There's something in my martial art that does something similar to what you were talking about.
Gotcha.
You cannot be brought below 1 HP while wearing armor without already being at 1 HP by external damage. Applies to any hit less than 10x your max health. I've just been putting the names in the parentheses instead of learned. Damn, I'm dumb. I don't have take half from tomorrow today. I do have haste. Don't have grit. But I do have pure skill, passive movement skill. Bye, baby. Okay. Which of these can I learn with stamina? Should be able to learn shout. How much does it take for me to learn these true balance martial arts? 1,000? Yeah. And I have 680 banked towards my next stamina based one.
No whiskey. Wrap up because it's cold.
Then I'll actually spend. All right, baby, let me. I'll just spend 220 stamina. Finish learning. Shout. And then I'll do the rest of my stamina today, earning money. So not 20,000 till today. 2015 minus 220 times 10 till per stamina. $1,795 stamina spent mining. 70,950 till earned. Add that to my existing till, which is done. Gotta have 80,000 tabs open playing this motherfucker.
If you need them, man.
I'm sitting at 103. Oh my god. I gotta. Ooh, I'm gonna. Okay. That's nice. Didn't realize the calculator had a pop out feature so it won't stop going away every time I try and type something. 103,390 tel in my pockets, but it's really in my bag of bajillion holdings. What the deuce? All right, and then we're also going to. I don't know. I did do day 25. I'm on day 26. I'll fix that. Don't worry. Don't
Oh,
worry. Yeah, I did. I'm looking where I finished day 25 now. Yeah, because that's got the right amount of XP to level 15. Yeah, and I leveled up. Okay. All right, I see. Level up. Yeah, that's why I have more stamina to spend this time. I forgot. Where did that fucking go? Okay. So, make my text box bigger. I just needed to see how much I was out of 10,000 total rep. 8858 plus 1582. 1582 mana spent on rep gain. Oh yeah, John, I'm passing 10,000 on the rep gain, by the way.
Nice. This will be relevant for Connor too. But
Hold
effectively,
on,
would it?
let me finish. Let me finish my day, and then you can tell me. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I just want to get all my shit added up.
Okay.
So, 1795 plus 220 plus my 1582. 3,597 stamina or XP gained. And then I'll be at plus 1948. 1,545 out of 14,000 level 15. So here's what my day physically consists of, but I may do some purchasing and things today as well.
Goat. Yeah. The children yearn for the mines.
They do. And I show them how it's done.
Okay. So at the 10,000 rep breakpoint, and like I said, this is also true for Connor because he should have something similar. You have gained innocence assumed.
What's that?
I'll type it out for you.
What up? All right, I'll just put it in my journal, I guess. Big Hendrick. I be going ham. Shorty upgrade from Baloney.
Whoa.
Oh hell yeah! I got the I'm friends with the Jarl.
Yep.
I got the I'm friends with the Jarl.
Oh yeah, Evan. Also, don't forget to take a step in the training room.
Yeah, I need to do that.
I'm sure Evan's character's class has a
All right, John.
dehumanizing. Okay, never mind. It's your turn.
Go ahead, Jared. Go ahead, Jared.
I imagine he was sarcastically making a joke about the fact that your class is probably not going to be crippling you for fun.
It might be. Let's find out.
He could be.
Let's find out, Don.
You're gonna step into the training room.
Yeah, the sentient training room that's now my new friend.
That's now your new friend. I don't know that it's necessarily sentient. It could just
It will be by the
have-
time I'm done with it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You don't even know what that means.
Probably not. So you step into the training room. It says assume the position.
Which position would that be?
Hands outstretched, feet shoulder width apart.
I a pose.
True. A bunch of laser lines form in a grid over your body and start scanning you up and down and over. Takes a little bit. Eventually hits you with the diagnostic spread. You are in overall great health, but you do have some slight nutrition issues that could be dealt with better. That's the most meaningful thing that it points to. Just not having a balanced enough diet. Especially
That'll come as
because
we become more developed.
yeah, especially as you subsisted on meat sticks and bread and very little else for like a month.
I mean,
Uh,
isn't that what most people eat?
meat sticks and bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need slightly more.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Does it have
to
any
avoid
recommendations?
developing- it says you should eat some fruit at the very least.
Yeah, okay.
Any kind will do, apparently.
Mango's
Any
yummy.
kind- Any kind will do. You're missing some fruit in your diet. Some vegetables would help as well, but you're trying to avoid any scurvy.
Me when I got scurvy.
Uh,
Yarg.
Other than that, it does inform you because it doesn't know if you know, and it can tell it's not baseline. The shape of your brain has been noticeably changed in a few different ways to allow you to more easily comprehend a specific concept. It doesn't know what that concept is. It can just tell that there's been modification made.
I can guess that the concept is intent, yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It says it has no clue what the long-term ramifications for this is, but it assumes that high enough base stats will nullify them, if not completely.
My base stats are as high as they can go.
So it should be fine, up to or unless you get old or something.
Or are you talking about overlay stats, like the stamina and all that?
Both of the two. Overlay stats
Okay.
was what it was referring to. Like, as long as
My
you can
bad.
keep those high and keep growing at a pace relative to your biological age, you should be fine for a long while.
Okay.
It does say that it should be added to your medical record in case you ever need brain surgery, though.
Sure. Jarvis, add it to my medical record.
Nothing happens, but you assume it has been done. Hopefully? Question mark?
me when I get a fucking brain tumor, they go to operate, and my fucking thalamus is in the wrong place, and they turn
They
me
cut out
into
your
a
intent.
monster. Yeah, they cut out my intent organ. No, not the medulla oblongata. Why this guy medulla oblongata so oblong?
It's probably a niche problem, but it's a body scanner, so it tells you problems with your body. And that's the only real way it can get in touch with that. Otherwise, it also tells you that your body control is subpar to the point of comical hilarity, and it will give you calisthenics exercises if you want to.
Is the answer not calisthenics, John? At what point is the answer not calisthenics?
Bro's been watching too much fucking One Piece, man. One Piece Man, One Punch Man.
Calisthenics are
I'm
great
fucking
for you.
tired. Calisthenics are great for you.
It is literally the baby mode book, that it was going to use to get you guys started, because not all of you are literally at the exact same level of body control, which is average, or as far as the computer is concerned, approximately nil.
Fair.
So where am I at? I need to do basic calisthenics.
According to this machine, at least, it gives you a
Is
progress
it
bar.
sure?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm beyond basic calisthenics at this point, but okay.
It gives you a progress bar slider of 0 out of 1 million stamina that you can use to fill up. At which point, at the end, you will have body control locked in and have actual full control
Well,
of your body.
John, I guess I know what I'm doing for the next long while.
Is that so, Evan?
Yeah.
Do you even know the math of how much stamina it would take you to get to 1 million with your generation?
Well, if I stayed exactly the same, assuming no growth, which I will grow naturally over time, but let's assume no growth.
Mm-hmm.
Approximately, hold on, 496.27 days.
Well, that would burn the year that you guys are expected to be waiting at least at minimum before being able to join the tournament.
But that'd be
That's-
even if that'd be if my level didn't even go up. That'd be without
Yeah.
getting more. So I mean, probably right under. I would guess right under 11 months by the end.
It-
By the end of it,
That's pretty
especially if I
reasonable.
stamina max.
Yeah. And you could also potentially get your armor to be boosting your stamina, since it can't
Oh,
boost
that
your
would be
weapon skill
cool.
anymore.
Yeah, I probably will.
You'll have to talk with
At
Johnny
least this
about that.
first set. Is Johnny here?
No.
Johnny is in the call, but I believe it is pretty late for him, and he's probably stood up and walked off, and I'll be looking back at the recording later. You can send him a message, though, and maybe he's available.
You can also retroactively tell him hi.
Hi, Johnny. If you don't respond to my message, you let me down by not being here, so that I could go ahead and put stamina on my suit right now and make myself better starting with this session. But it's okay, and I love you, and I forgive you.
Pretty much everybody is in that position where, in order to make actual efficient usage of their resource bars, they need Johnny to give them a tune-up in order to keep up with the equipment changes that everybody's gotten. But Johnny has spent every session he's done for the last month and a half making suits for people already, and
Well, I'm just
anytime
gonna get
it's
mine
on,
figured out with him outside of game time.
if you want to do that, absolutely.
I'm not gonna make him waste more of his turn figuring out something that we've already figured out once.
If you get it set up with him and you guys come to me out of session and be like, this is the new stat sheet for this armor, I will approve it, then you'll be good to go.
But in the meantime, unless Johnny happens to respond to me in the next 40-ish minutes, then we'll just continue as is for now.
Before you lock in for the 11 months of sitting in the hyperbolic time chamber and just doing squats, is there anything that may draw your attention, stuff you want to focus on first? Any final adventures to go on or individuals to talk to and plans to make before your big time skip?
I want to go ahead and. You said we should have a set of equipment that's roughly 100,000 tel to be competitive. Yes.
Absolutely. And that
Okay.
equipment
I can do that right now.
That
So I'm
equipment
gonna figure that out.
should be
answer
explicitly
my phone.
suited. Okay.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries.
1 second, I gotta get a bag of ice out the car. Christ on the cracker.
Anything I can help with?
Yeah, go get
Getting
the
ice
ice
out of the car? Yeah.
Oh well, no, I was referring to in the whole thing with Johnny and stuff.
No, it's something that he needs to arrange with Johnny to get his suit in order. Unfortunately, it's not even a money question because Evan's generating a decent chunk of change on his own time now. It's a literally got to get the crafter in here because the craft system changed and he's got to recraft the craft of the craft. You know.
That's fair enough. Am I allowed to wear 10 rings?
Absolutely. You can wear as many rings as you want. You can wear 20 rings and toe rings and bank and bracelets and like
All
anklet-
rings.
and
That's fair enough. I was like, I'm wondering if I can like Dark Souls 3 this bitch and just buy all the rings.
you could also wear 37 amulets.
But the 38th is too much, too thick for my neck.
Yeah, too thick for your neck.
Valid.
I've done the enchanted equipment slot thing before, and while it was interesting, I don't think I need to do it again in this particular way.
My granny, she got hit by a bazooka.
Noted.
So what I'm
I
gonna
know what I'm
do is
spending money
just
on next session.
Kabloom.
have a generic limit
Wow.
of bonuses you can get. So I don't really
Yeah,
care
so you
where you're getting those
realistically should
bonuses.
just buy enough equipment to get the bonus.
R.I.P. my granny, she got hit by that bazooka.
Evan, the 100,000 tel worth of equipment, you probably shouldn't bother buying it until just before the tournament happens, because up until that point, your build is potentially flexible. You don't know exactly what you'll need and what benefits you'll be gaining until then. So if you're like, okay, here's my 100,000 tel worth of equipment, and then you kind of like with your current armor, a change happens or you outgrow it because you developed a new talent or skill, then you just have to spend more money on it. So don't worry about your tournament loadout until it's about time to go to the tournament.
You know what, John? Just because you said that, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
You know what else, John?
Yeah.
Because you gave me advice, I'm gonna listen to it.
Okay, cool.
You're back from Sonic? You want to come say hi to any of your uncles? You don't want to come say hi to Uncle Christian or Braden or Jared or Connor or John? She said no, she's cold. She's taking her blankie and going to the living room. Sorry about it.
Understandable.
Priorities.
Valid.
All right. Well then, I don't think so. I don't have any quest things that I really need to do. I have all the stamina based true balance martial arts. As far as I can tell, let me double check. R.I.P. my granny. She got hit by that bazooka. Kabloom. Kablow. What's the one that I just learned one? Which one did I say I learned in chat? Chat, are we cooked? Chat. Chat, are we cooked? Chat. Which one? Shout. I learned shout. Let me put that bitch in my special abilities. Let me edit this. Edit message.
You can just do this with no cost. So if you wanted to literally stand on top of a rooftop and just start yelling in the in starter town to improve production, like a fucking rooster crowing every hour, go for it.
It would be
And I
funny.
shout at myself in the hyperbaric time chamber.
You could if there happens to be rolls involved, which you're not sure there will be.
Well, if there are roles involved, I will be shouting at myself.
I wish you could plug with that. If it's cool with y'all, I'm gonna go play League of Legends for the first time in like 4 days. If that's
It's
cool,
not cool with me. It's not cool with me.
then I'll stay.
Good.
It's cool with me
Just
though.
kidding, Connor. Goodbye,
Okay, cool.
Connor.
Thank you, John.
Release me from this prison.
That's no big deal. It was a good time. I had a fun time. See you guys. Good luck.
I'm just double checking. I might as well go ahead and learn the fucking anti-scoundrel one before John does hit me with some BS.
Oh yeah.
It takes 1,000 mana. I can still spend mana in here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I can do both. Then it's just gonna take 1,000 out of my 1,500 mana. The real problem is that once I do learn the last couple of mana-based skills,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like out of things to spend mana on, especially if I'm in the hyperbolic time chamber, unless I
Pretty
can
much-
come out long enough
Much
to
everybody has this issue right now.
speak to the citizenry.
It's not a hyperbolic time chamber. It's just a training room.
I called it
Oh.
that for fun.
So I can come out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can spend my mana.
Like literally,
Yeah.
all three of us are doing calisthenics in this fucking room together.
We are gonna be such good pals.
Well, I don't know if we can do it together because I have to do much more than you guys.
Well, we're still gonna be in the room.
Yeah.
No,
know,
John said we
we're-
couldn't be in the room together.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
You
yeah.
had to use it in turn. So it's like
We are
somebody
doing
goes
all
into the-
calisthenics.
It's just
Okay,
like, hey, you guys,
whatever,
what
John.
exercises did you do today?
No bonding.
No bonding. How dare we? Okay. Well then, I guess I'm just gonna get the framework of my day worked out and spam those until I level up. So give me 1 second. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. 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 And then I'm probably still gonna do the same thing. So give me
Oh
just a
yeah.
moment. Yep, give me just a moment. 1 second.
No, baby.
1 motherfucking second, Mijaz. So we are.
How many seconds is the motherfucking on the clock?
You'll have to figure that out on your own. I do not provide that information.
I have it in DA.
It is an esoteric amount of seconds. Doing One Punch Man exercise.
Bro, we're about to do some sexercise.
And then I'm gonna spend 1,000 mana to learn anti-scoundrel tech. Let me double check I didn't put this in my journal. I may have accidentally just put it in my journal. So let me double check. No, I did not. Okay, so yeah, 1,000 mana to learn anti-scoundrel, TB, True Balance Art. And then I'm gonna spend my remaining 1,582 mana, or no, 582 mana on, what are we calling it? Rep gain. So I'm at 10,440 plus 582. I'm at 1122. $1122 total. And so then that's 3,597 XP gain. Yep, and that's 3,597 plus.
More whiskey.
Light leather. Means I need more tree log.
What you gonna check? She's just getting whiskey. Nerd. Okay, John, I have a question. Let's take from tomorrow, restore all Reese's to 100%. Don't regen the next day. Since it's all resources, does that mean I can use any resource to learn the skill?
Give an example of one, like take from tomorrow today.
Yeah.
Yep, you can use any resource to learn it.
Then I'm gonna learn that one. And then
Sure.
582 mana on rip gain.
Hello, Senior Pigs.
Senior pigs.
Yeah, I'm playing the new Minecraft game. It's really fun.
The new Minecraft game.
Minecraft.
What's the new
Minecraft,
Minecraft
dude.
game?
Hytale.
Hytale?
Mhm.
What's it about?
It's like just more advanced Minecraft.
I heard about that. I thought that was an Undertale mod.
No. It's basically it's like modded Minecraft, but you don't have to mod Minecraft.
Yeah, I would like some modded Minecraft. Hold the mod.
Yeah, that's Minecraft.
I'm having good fun with it. Oh, whoa. A fucking snake.
They make a new game because they were scared to add stuff to the base game.
Different developers.
Oh. Legally distinct Minecraft with additions.
Pretty much.
Barely legally distinct Minecraft.
It's not Minecraft. It's a block-based building game. God, guys. Not every block-based
It's a-
building game
It's a voxel game.
has to be Minecraft. It is actually like significantly different than Minecraft.
Right, that's what they all say. John, I know
Minecraft is an RPG.
that I'm technically missing out on some XP if I don't do the calculations of when in the day I would hit the next level. But that involves complex mathemology that I really don't feel like doing.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's going to be like the difference between one day. At this point, you guys are 1 day lost is not going to mean much. You've got 5 years.
Correct. So I was just letting you know I'm gonna level up. Like I've got 2 days already filled out on my chat entry, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna level up on this third day that I'm also entering because my days are basically the exact same. So I'm just gonna enter a bunch of days all at one time so that I can keep track of them all in one place right now. But I'm just letting you know that I'm not gonna bother. I'll just when the day refreshes, I'll be on my new bullshit the next day.
Okay.
I'm not gonna bother doing the complex mathemology.
10 p.m. sharp.
Okay, I don't need to.
Basic
So
addition
I
and
just
subtraction.
learned. Take from tomorrow today. Learned. So what's left to learned? I got stand firm. I got riposte. I got anti-scoundrel. I got empower. I got shout. I got sturdy. I got take from tomorrow. I got haste. Grit. Expand mana at 1/1 to reduce. This is my last one. Sweet. And then I'll just be able to be able to politician max after that.
Why are we politician maxing?
There's just I have nothing to use my mana on other than rep gain, and rep gain at least levels up our city some, or at least my interactions with the city.
I never even heard about rep game.
You can spend mana to gain rep. John said you could spend stamina or mana to gain rep if you had nothing else to do with it. When I was like, I got to figure out something to do with my mana because I'm missing out on XP. And I said, what about? Someone said, what about the citizens? I said, John, can I flatter the citizenry? And he said, yeah, it costs mana.
Okay.
So now you know. So if you got nothing to spend mana on, spend it on that. Or if you got nothing to spend stamina on, spend it on that.
I got one too.
Braden's mana bar is kind of sold for the next 30 years.
After I finish, I want to hear about Braden's turn because I assume he had some funky stuff happen tonight.
No, not really.
Well, I just mean, funky might not
Who
have
wants
been
to hear
the whole
about
thing,
it,
but you would have
yeah.
got. I want to hear about the end of your the now that you kind of know, you should know more because we kind of left it on a cliffhanger, right?
Yeah. I learned how to be a dragon, basically.
Yeah, I want to hear about it in a minute.
But I can't do that, John, anyway. I can't get my ivory shadows right now.
So you think?
I was told I would hoard them.
You said it might.
What if Melamazar was just trying to stifle your progress?
For absolutely zero reason.
He did say the more independent I get, the faster the better for him.
2,336.
I don't know.
Oh, that's why this hides over here. There's a wolf.
15,000 to level 16. Is there anything special with level 15 or just the normal level up stuff? We're not getting anything different, right?
I'm level 15 now.
That's correct.
Alright,
The next
put
big
what I
change for
changed
leveling
here.
up will be 20.
20. Okay. Well, then I will. Let's see. Ooh. Let's see. Edit. Let's look at my. Actually, I'm not even going to edit it on here. I'm going to edit on the spreadsheet, and then I will change it here when I'm done for the day. Because that's just easier. Where the fuck my spreadsheet? Dick. Where is Renner 2.0? That's me, right? Yep. All right, let's see. I've got 35 endurance, 50 vigor, 25 focus, 40 clarity. It might serve for me to start getting some might.
He is not bad, but I don't know if HP will ever kind of be worth it.
HP is a useless stat.
It kind of is. Unless you're like at levels of my level.
Then you know what? We're going to go for 5. You get 10 points, right?
You get 10 points. It would still be good for your strength since you're a melee user, though. But as far as like, getting it for HP, is
Oh no.
what?
Okay, I fixed it. I took the numbers out of the column altogether. I thought I pressed Control Z and I just pressed ZZ a bunch. Then I had to undo it and then it was gone, but I fixed it. Don't worry about it. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put 10 into my might/strength because that actually bumps my modifier up. Finally, I was just chilling at an 8.9,
Nice.
and now I'm at a 9.7. Rest in peace, my granny. She got hit by a bazooka. That fucking song is so goddamn stupid.
I know, it got stuck in my head the other day.
All right, so I spend 10 points. 10 points. 2 might. Motherfucker. And now I gotta pick a skill. Well, I literally
have
just
to.
learned. I'm going to because I just learned my last. You can't just learn. You can't just like decide you want a tier 3 skill, right?
No.
No, you have to
No, you cannot.
develop one.
Damn.
Goddamn, I can't just collect tier 3s with none of the prerequisites? Fuck.
I do. I think I actually need to. Fuck. Let's look at the. Okay. Use 4 types to add resistance to. You gain resistance equal to 1 times int mod against them. I might go magical defense just to start gaining some magical defense.
Not a bad
That's
plan.
weird.
I have
You'll
aura
get the
vision,
aura of
but John
of an
told me I
elf
couldn't
too.
level my influence with aura because it's a passive skill, right?
you can get a true magic ring to level influence. I don't think you need
What
that
is
for
it?
magical defense though.
No, you
Influence
can
is
get
my
hit by
only
magic.
stat that's not maxed.
Oh, gotcha.
You need a magic,
Uh,
and we don't have anybody who can refill rings other than Randy, and Randy is a dragon now, and 5 months ahead of us. So
You could just spend a lot of money on a ring that has like 1,000 men in it.
also true.
Buffs is good. I think I'm actually gonna go buffs because tier 1 and tier 2 buffs are actually kind of nice. So I think I'm gonna get my tier 0 adaptive skin here.
Okie dokie.
How do I level adaptive skin is the issue.
Maintain it. You get 1 progress per round maintained.
Oh, but I can't fucking mute while I'm doing it.
Correct.
That's true.
See, this is the
You're
issue.
not supposed to be a mute mage.
So you're also not really a mute user. You're going to eventually pick up active skills.
I have a couple, but only a few. But I mean, you're right. But I'm using it for this.
Why don't you consider that since you're going to have so many active skills and you still want to be able to have consistent regen that just happens, you should consider picking up meditation.
Meditation. That's maledictions. I'm retarded.
That's
Hold on.
It's a tier 2
Where?
magical utility, I believe.
Oh.
Or when I say tier 2, like it's tier 1, 2 points.
It's basically just always mute, but not as strong.
Always mute, but slightly weaker.
And very slightly.
All
Well, I
right.
guess 4 times instead of 5 times. Yeah. You do get a
we
plus
get-
10 to willpower rolls.
That's cool. So I would take mana recharge first, right?
Yeah, you have to.
And I'm guessing the only way to level that is to recharge something.
Correct.
I don't have
You're-
any. I don't even have anything.
Just
Buy a
ring.
10-tail ring. It's not about how much mana you put into it; it's how many times you put mana into something.
Okay. Do I have to have mute off to do this?
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Okay. So I would keep mute on. Spend all
There
of my
is-
stamina.
Technically, a rate, and I believe it's
That math doesn't
willpower
even technically work out.
bonus times whatever is how quickly you can refill something. Or willpower bonus plus it mod or something. It's something weird. Because John had to make sure that was nerfed with my original character idea.
Oh, I have not been keeping track of my stamina spent in here. Good thing I haven't. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll spend all my days I've been added up and put it on my character. Okay.
Do you have Aura Vision yet? By the way.
Yeah, I have Aura Vision.
Okay.
I have Aura Vision tier 0. I don't think I have any more than that. Yeah, tier 0. I might just take Aura Vision tier 2. It might be worth getting up to tier 1, and then it might be worth getting up to tier 2.
Being able to see mana is going to be pretty helpful for pretty much
I
everyone's future.
Being able to see someone's mana would make pinning their mana a lot easier.
I would agree
Yep.
with that.
You could pin a spell.
Yeah, we'll take a. That could be really cool if Jared cast a spell on someone and then I pinned it to them so they couldn't take it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll take tier 1 Aura Vision, and then how do I level tier 1 Aura Vision? It's passive, right?
You spend 10 mana for 1 progress.
Oh,
Stare
which
at
means
something
this
with your
still need
brain.
to fucking
Me, but I'm
trump me
looking.
to do it. Okay, great.
I'm looking.
In this case, you don't have to drop Butte. It's not an active skill. This is the mental effort of searching around.
Okay, I got you. All right, cool. That helps then. All right, cool. I take tier 1 Aura Vision. Let me add that to my. Yep, and then let me with the and then I'll and then Aura Vision tier 2. Or no, tier 1, sorry. Tier 1. And then I will go in here. I don't like the way this is copy pasted in. Take out all these unnecessary bullshit. I'll put it. We'll go back to Delve. We'll go tier 2, level 1.
I made cookies and I burned them a little bit.
Oh,
Shameful,
Not tier
Jared.
2.
I am eating them anyways.
yes! Waste not.
They are just not burnt enough to be not too bitter to eat.
So if I can spend 10 mana per turn, I have to work out the. It takes what, 90 to go up?
Max level for
900 mana to go to level 10?
Yes.
Okay, that makes my life easier. All right, so now I'm on day 29.
It does take 900 mana.
That's what I just said.
Oh. I misinterpreted what you said.
Jared doing the misinterpretation dance. I could never.
T.
Shut up, bitch.
You know, let that man tee you like that?
Bothersome creature.
Bothersome creature.
That's a first.
that's a generational insult right there. John, you are a complete bonobo, by the way.
Oh yeah, why's that?
Yeah, none of the things that none of the skills that I've copy pasted in have had even remotely the same formatting when it comes to like how many times you pressed enter between them. Some of them have one, some have none, some are double spaced, some aren't. You're the worst, is basically what I'm saying. Okay.
I'm pretty sure there are some skills at random that have like 4 spaces and periods between them.
You are disgusting.
Why don't you put it into Chat GPT and say, Chat GPT, hey, format this correctly?
No.
This shit.
It gives you a completely different skill.
It would probably just change a few words here and there just for fun. And then it would completely break the balance of your game. Oh, I don't want to see more. I don't know how to make this go away.
It turns
Goodbye.
all the
I didn't even-
percentages into decimals, but adds a 0.
I hate Windows 11. That's the wrong thing. I hate Windows 11. It's the worst.
Oh yeah, me too.
Fuck do I
How do
put
I
on
make
that?
this bullshit go away?
What are you doing? Sorry.
This,
I'm looking
the
at that.
Discover.
Don't you just click the discover button and it goes away?
If
Click
only.
off.
It just worked. I swear I was just left clicking and it wouldn't go off.
Sure,
I
old
hate-
man. Got
I
the
hate
dad debuff.
Fuck you.
Forgetting how technology is confangled machine. Back in my day, 1912.
2336 plus 3597 equal.
I hate Windows 11 because it will
5923.
force update itself
15,000.
and then stroke the fuck out.
Correct.
Activated my BitLocker. Came back, I was like, why am I on my BIOS?
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen to me because, like, when I told you when I put that new SSD in, it wanted me to do some bullshit with BitLocker, and I didn't have any codes for any of my shit because I've never used BitLocker on any of my shit. Didn't even know BitLocker was on any of my shit.
Yeah.
And it, by the grace of God, it let me in.
By the grace of the great Jeebus Christ. Yeah, pretty much.
And then I've got, oh my God, I can't. If I want to see my bar, I have to zoom so far in, all I can see is the top of my head.
See, thankfully for me, I kept all my BitLocker codes where I knew where they were. So I got in and then just disabled it with a fucking console command.
It's not enabled on any of them now. I don't know what happened. It's not enabled on any of my drives. I double checked. I have no
I
clue.
remember you told me about it.
Ugh.
No clue. Oh, I forgot to do my total rep gain on day 29. So let me do that. I had 12,186 the day before. What's a smooth? 682. 12,868. 12,868 plus 1582 for this day is 14,450 total rep. What's the next break point on rep, John? 20,000?
You don't know? Just let me know what you get to, and I'll let you know when it's meaningful.
Luckily for you, it's going to be on every single day. So it'll just show right there. Isn't that crazy?
Whoa.
Clear bookkeeping in my D&D.
Impossible.
Right now, I'm on day 30. I'm at a total of 14,450.
Not enough breakpoint. I have been
Whoa.
enjoying the clear bookkeeping from Evan, though. It's very nice. Connor didn't bookkeep at all for a while.
But my
It's
bookkeeping goes
how?
into-
How could you not bookkeep in this game?
Or
If
rather,
you
he
don't-
bookkeep in a
if you-
personal sheet, and he didn't put it in the main chat.
I'm gonna copy and paste all my shit from today into into my notepad, but my notepad's a little behind, so this will just be where it picks back up. But I do like having it on my notepad in case something gets lost on Roll20.
Yeah.
With Your Honor, trust me.
95, 30
I said,
plus 35, 97.
I'd note down when I wipe my fucking ass on that fucking on my damn thing.
Well, I mean that's a weird stat to keep track of, but
I write down every time I got a no wiper. Cut that shit
But I'm
smooth
not
off.
copy and
No
pasting
miss.
it into the Roll20.
Hey, I just realized I no longer have to wipe my ass.
I mean,
you got a cloaca.
It is
I don't.
Could
not
you
a
shit
lot.
and piss at the same time now?
I believe so. John did say I had a cloaca.
If you're a reptilianoid dragon, which you should be,
Yep, I have a cloaca.
kind of hot. I mean,
I'm a female dragon. Calm down.
I said what I said.
I said what I said. Christian's gonna hit me with the cloaca counter with his monster hunter skills.
No, not the cloaca counter.
here's the Cloaca counter.
His lance skills.
Level up.
Yeah, one of my long-term goals is essentially bringing a whole new race to the Terran of the dragon species.
So you're not a separate race anymore?
I'm a Terran dragon,
Interesting.
as far as the system is concerned.
Baby, come tell me
I am still of a different species, but
Oh.
I'm from the.
I love you.
The fuck are my berries?
I farted.
But so I'm
Brackets, no,
I'm of a different species, but I'm still from the same planet, so I'm part of the same race, kind of thing.
I got you.
Terrans. But what I want to do is, for every like 100,000 people, to be determined, really, have one dragon.
I'll be taking Aura Vision Tier 2. Because if I'm going to have Tier 0 and 1, I might as well grab Tier 2.
I think Ren is the only other character that has tier 2 Aura Vision now, other than Robin, as far as I know.
I've had it for a while.
I only have the one that lets you see mana, not the one
John,
past it.
oh, John, you absolute homunculus.
Yes.
It's Aura Vision Tier 2 is even
Uh-huh.
more different than Aura Vision Tier 1 was from Aura Vision Tier 0. So, I hate you, basically. I think you should. Kermit.
It just comes naturally, man. I don't know what to say.
I believe you. How about that? Now, I ended up with an excess of. So I have 1,724 XP. Or 1,724 out of 16,000. Level 17.
All right, Golem. Round fucking 2.
I mean, I'm sure he told you, Christian, but John made it to gold.
Was that?
John made it to gold.
Oh, John made it to gold. Good job, John.
I did. Braden got me through the last couple games.
I played Yorick and Alawi and just split pushed and ended the game. They had a team fight where everybody got wiped out. I took triple in him.
I'm gonna spend 900 mana to level
That's about right.
Aura Vision J2.
Now you can see behind you.
I can see or all around.
All around you are familiar faces.
All around me are familiar faces.
Spooky places.
683 mana spent on rep gain. So I'll go from 17, 614.
A little bit, Bill.
Should be 682, not 683. 2 equals. 18,000. Six total rep. Not much. So where? 17, 24 plus 397. Shut up, bitch. 1,321 out of 16,000. 17. Okay. And I'm gonna do this much. And
Jared, are you for sure you will not be taking the other half of your turn tonight?
Mm.
there are only 30 days in the month, right?
Yep. Every month.
Every month. That's what I'm asking. Because I need to put the correct amount of days on here. I'm keeping track.
Yeah, I probably won't.
Okay. Actually, technically, because every week is exactly 7 days, and there's not differently changed
John.
months.
John.
I think there's 28 days in a month.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You
Hold
fuck up
on,
the
then.
calculations even more, John.
You are a bitch bastard. I hope you know that. And I hope you get ass cancer.
Oh, not my ass.
Ass cancer of the eyes.
Ass cancer of the taint.
You guys don't like perfectly 4-week months with
I think you should have just said it would have been better if you had said that each month was 30 days because that makes more sense, and just had 6-day weeks.
Oh, I guess. Well, that would 6 by 5. That would be 5 weeks.
I don't care. It would still be 30 days in a month, which is actually closer to the number of days on average in a month than 28. You're acting like every goddamn month is February, you dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I think about you. And your fucking goy beam months. Fucking goy beamed away the other
No.
2 days of every month. You're just like, the cabal says those don't exist. So how about you politely fuck off? How about that, John? You ever think about that?
I'll consider what I want to do with the days and weeks.
No, there's no changing it now.
Oh yeah, there is.
If you change it now, you fuck everything up.
I can change it.
You can, and you would be
the goy beam.
you would be a big bad cunt if you changed it. God. Did I just delete a day? The fuck is going on?
It's going through it, man.
What if I made 8-day weeks and had 32-day months?
What if I by
Oh,
proxy?
I did fucking delete it.
What if by proxy we're artificially expanding our lifespan?
What if a year as tracked by the plane that you're living on is entirely unrelated to the amount of time it took the Earth to rotate around the sun, and so your biological ages are going to be all kinds of fucked?
What
I
if
think-
indeed?
You would do some gay bullshit like that, so that makes sense.
My biological age is all kinds of fucked anyway.
True. Because Randy died.
Because Randy's fucking dead, guys.
Did anybody go back and do anything about that corpse? I guess not.
I ate it.
We're not there yet.
I'd say, like,
Ate the whole
What do you mean
thing.
go back? We haven't even
I
been there
haven't
yet.
even made it there yet.
I meant before you portaled out.
Why would I do something
Oh.
about the future?
I thought I was eating
Yeah,
it.
that's a future problem.
So
Brady
sad.
Bunch.
Randy got parasitized by a system creature.
Willingly.
Who got parasitized by a system creature a while back.
What'd you say?
It's just still hilarious to me how fucking like exactly the same yours and Randy's experiences were.
When did Jared's happen?
The God campaign.
Mm,
Oh,
true.
true.
It just that cracks me up so fucking much.
Oh my god, they were so similar.
Yeah.
Library
Christmas
dragon go
birthday, that's
crazy.
the time.
John, is 20,000 a breakpoint?
It is not.
It's probably gonna
Can
be
you just tell me what
50,000.
the fucking next one is going to be? Well, the first one was at 10. I don't think it's going to go straight to 50. Maybe 25. I don't know.
The next break
whatever.
point's 30.
Okay. 9, 18 plus 35.
1830.
Just as a by the by, 20 minutes past, Evan.
Give me like 5 to 10 more, and I'll hit like level 17 or 18, and I'll be done. I'll be almost maxed out on level, and then I can just copy paste all these days and send them to you, not even in a session. Because, like I said, I'm about to be not playing anyways for a couple months. I might as well just get my shit done with on the outside, and then I'll also get my suit situation figured out. I'll probably get that figured out before I finish my days. Just give me like 5-10 more minutes. I'll be done. I promise.
Okay.
Then, John, we got to sit down and talk about all this new stuff so I get my shit figured out so I can fucking play.
Also, John,
Yeah.
unrelated to D&D. This is that game I was talking about.
What game you were talking about?
I saw I saw a video on the raid mode of Revelations 2. And it's like
Revelations 2. John the Baptist at it again.
and shut up. John the Baptist at it again.
I
But, like-
don't think it was John the Baptist that wrote Revelations. Actually,
I'm almost certain it was not.
it was a different. It was a John, but it was a different John.
I'm about to say I don't know about that one. But yeah, all the characters have different skills and breakpoints and levels, and then these are all worlds with like multiple missions and badges in them,
Okay.
and you could hypothetically go a full melee build in this game.
That's all John needed to hear.
Yeah, sounds pretty interesting. Yeah. Is it multiplayer?
It's also you get like there's some loot box mechanic here, but there's also just like a store.
Oh shit! Now I'm running into a problem again.
You can buy a
Uh-huh.
bunch of different stuff. or like
How do you, John? Real quick, how do you level? How do you level magic resist? Like tier 0 mana resistant? Because it doesn't say you have to spend mana to do it. Is it a passive thing?
You have to have somebody else cast spells on you.
are you talking about the tier 0 magic defense?
Depends. Yes.
Or you can do what I did. You have to take damage from that damage type.
So if
you
I choose
when you
heat, cold,
force
chem,
select- yeah, and you
arcane,
stick
I
your
have to.
hand in a fire until it burns you. And you roll willpower rolls on repeat and spend all your mana in a day to level it that way.
You have to spend mana to do it that way.
Because you're forcing yourself to stick your hand in the fire.
Oh Jesus Christ!
That's how I had to do it, because I had no one cast spells.
Hold on.
Of-
I'm gonna do something else. I think. Hold on.
You could technically take force and just jump off a building a bunch of times.
Does anybody have threat generation?
No.
It's an active skill. Shit.
Mhm. I don't have it.
Frick.
Give me feathers. I need leather.
Is the travel tree something that would let me wear heavier armor? Is that something that exists here?
You probably want stability.
Where the fuck is that?
I think physical utility.
Do I not have physical utility?
Well, then you probably have stability, which
No, I don't. I said, do I not? I do not. Okay.
pretty sure
Yep.
yeah, at least might vigor.
Yep. Yeah, because I can get this. 18, 19. Yeah. Do I have to go into a coma to level tier 0?
Yes, you actually get it every time you go to sleep.
Okay, I get it every time I go to sleep.
Yeah, so it doesn't cost you anything, but it takes fucking forever to level up.
Takes 90 days.
I don't think it's not that. It's for hours slept.
It's hours slept, yeah.
Okay, so 8 hours a night.
So you get
900
8
divided
XP.
by 8. Okay, well, that'll be something I can just level up as the days go by, and I think I do want stabilization and even choose one pair from the tier 2. So I think those would be good skills for me. They make sense for kind of a combat boy like myself personally. Also, this looks like knockoff, like Resident Evil, Left 4 Dead.
It's a spin-off mode with a whole bunch of modifiers and roguelike progression.
All right, I'm gonna take regen. I'm gonna take regen coma. I'm gonna take, and I'm gonna put. I put 20 points in my might this session alone, which got me up to a stat bonus of 10.5. I'm not gonna drop anything else in there right now. If I want to regen that HP, I just activate mute. It's not that big of a deal to bump my recovery just yet. Also, recovery is fellowship now. I forgot about that.
Recovery
Recovery's
is
tied to
your
fail-
toughness now.
Oh, it's not changed on the sheet yet.
No, I did not go through and edit everybody's document.
Wait, so what is endurance tied to now?
Endurance is tied to I
Like
forget.
energy or some shit.
Yeah, it's called energy now. I don't remember what it's tied to.
Jesus Christ, I shouldn't even. Oh my God. Okay. Well, fuck it. We'll just put another 10 in the fucking might at this point.
You don't have to spend your stuff right away.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
I love that. Yeah, I do.
Plus 10 might.
I don't know what the opposite of a patience of a saint is, but Evan has that.
I'm going to take it as a compliment.
It's not.
I'm going to take it as a compliment.
You can take it however you want, but I will tell you it's not.
I'm taking it as a
What if
compliment.
I give it to you as an insult?
Evan, do you want me to
I'm-
tell you what the?
I'm still gonna take it as a compliment, even if you give it as an insult. The lion does
freaky
not
bitch
concern
bastard.
himself with the opinions of sheep.
How very rude of you.
What were you going to say, Jared? Sorry.
I was just gonna say